right. Let's try this volume out. Let's see. Is this too... Hopefully that's not too loud. Hello! How's it going? Welcome to the Patreon stream. Welcome to the Patreon stream. How is everybody doing? Hello, Asian Waste. It's time again to do art. Patreon stream number 49. I'm gonna do some art. Oh. Alright, let me take this down. Hey Skittles! How's it going? Hello, Asian Waste. Are you guys ready for the art? Let me know if this could be too loud. Let me know. Let me know your opinion. Did I post in the Discord? Oh yeah, I did, right? Yeah. Alright. Alright. Oh, I gotta check. It's too loud. Wait, you know what? Let me check the mic and make sure it's in the right place. I forgot to do that. It's a little... Yeah, it was just a tad low. Music is a little too loud. Let's turn it down a bit. Alright. I just adjusted it a little bit. Do you think that that's better? Let's see. I've got a page here to finish penciling. And then... You know what else? Oh, there's not enough light in here, actually. I should turn the other lamp on. Hold on. And then we're going to ink a couple pages, and that will be the activities for tonight. Very exciting. Also, it's too hot in this house. The air conditioner is not kicking on. It does. A little bit off, needs a little bit louder. Also, might be this song is obnoxious. This song probably is louder than some of the others. Shouldn't you be able to draw this comic in the dark by now? Dude, the light's not coming on. Hold on. This stupid lamp also... So many things got problems in this house. But it's a good house. I'm not complaining. But I guess I should probably just change it. Like, it's not coming on at all now. But hold on a second. Let me try to figure this out. Uh-oh. Oh, there we go, kind of. Let me turn on the porch light. Maybe that'll add some more light. Okay. A bit more light. Yes. Actually, it can draw in the dark. But it's not going to be as good for the viewers that way. I probably could draw it in the dark. Honestly. Problem is Brian, not lamp. Yeah, something she might say. Yeah, Adventures of Horror High School music. That's good. Alright. How are you guys doing today? How's everything going? How's your week going? Thursday? I'm sorry we're not getting more Code Vein. I know you all love that game. But we'll get back to it. Don't worry. Your favorite game, Code Vein. Alright, I'm gonna draw now. Let's draw. Draw comics. That's a good song. Oh, you guys want to see something? You want to see my new phone? I got a new phone. Look at my new phone. Whoa! Look at it. Look at the new phone. Oh my, dude, that light just suddenly came on. Did you guys just see that sudden burst of light? Please, like, focus and everything. Look at my new phone. Wow, it's like a modern phone. Look at that. Wow. Amazing. Yep, I had to finally replace that. I mean, it didn't break, but that old phone the battery was like almost dead, and it had so many problems. And the worst thing about that old, like my old cell phone. See, I get things like technology, and then I hold on to it to much later than most people, until I absolutely have to replace it. Like I had a flip phone until the 2000s, and I finally got a smartphone. But the smartphone I was using up until recently was... Yeah, I was using a CD player to play music in the car, like up until the the mid 2000s, and I finally got an iPod. I'm the slow adopter in technology. I just keep using stuff that... And I still have a Circle Wheel iPod even now, and I really like it. I don't, the newer iPods, I don't like as much. I don't trust the cloud. I'm not like very cloudy. So I'm dreading that breaking. I want to keep using that as long as possible. Does this phone do a better job reminding you to pick up Jen? No, it doesn't. You know what? It doesn't help. It doesn't help with that at all. How are you liking Code Vein? Yeah, good question. We talked, I talked about that when we were playing it, but, I generally I like it quite a bit, I would say. It's an interesting game. Like, they've tried to do some, like, kind of interesting stuff. I mean, it plays a lot like Dark Souls. It does a better job, let me say this, it does a better job of playing like Dark Souls than anything else. I mean, probably the closest thing, aside from this, was the Surge. Like, the Surge did a good job of imitating the way Dark Souls feel, but it's just poorly designed in other ways. But at least in terms of, like, the game feel, like, they did a pretty good job of feeling like Dark Souls. But this probably does an even better job. It feels really good to play, and I think the game looks good. I think, like, in terms of design, like level design and like aesthetic design, it's not at FromSoft levels of quality, but it does look better than any other game we've played so far as well. Even the Jedi Souls, I guess I would say. Jedi Souls not that bad. The thing about Code Vein, though, there's a couple, like, definitely, like, oddities about it. One is that, it's all balanced around completely having a partner, which is very weird because the bosses just feel very overtuned. Like, they're designed like to challenge you even when you're playing with, like, even when you have, like, a partner. So the bosses, they're a lot more, they demand precision more, I feel like, than Dark Souls bosses. Like, they're very fast with their moves, they have, like, a huge AoE, and they're more bullshit, just generally. But it makes sense, since the game is based around having a partner. You got an iPhone XR? Oh, I've got an Android phone. I have no particular preference one way or the other, but my last phone was Android, and it's just what I happened to get, so it's just easier to get another Android. Whenever a CD player in your car works, you don't want to own these CDs. Dude, I finally sold mine at the last garage sale. Yeah, somebody bought that for like $1, my old CD player, I think. I think it still worked. I'm not even sure. Castlevania! He was gone yesterday? Yeah, I noticed that you weren't here yesterday, Asian Waste. We missed you, Asian Waste! We missed you. You did a good job of being mechanically Dark Souls. Yes, but sort of falls short of the Dark Souls flavor. Well, I think that it's going for it. I mean, I wouldn't so much say it falls short as it's trying to feel like its own thing, which is good. So, like, that, I mean, it does, in some ways, it kind of does have a Dark Souls flavor. I mean, it's got the mechanics, it's got the gameplay, but there's also a certain obtuseness with the mechanics that sort of feels Dark Souls. In fact, if anything, it might even be more obtuse mechanically than Dark Souls. 'Cause, like, stuff like the blood veils and how that works is not intuitive at all. Completely unintuitive. In some ways, that sort of feels Dark Souls-ish. But with Dark Souls, like, a lot of it is actually fairly intuitive. There's always, like, those kind of weird mechanics, like Humanity, where it's like, what the fuck is... How does this work? Like, the mysterious mechanics. I think with Dark Souls does a good job of balancing that. Like, a lot of this stuff is pretty obvious, or well explained in the game, but there's always, like, there's one or two mysterious mechanics, and it kind of adds to, like, the mystique of the game. With Code Vein, I think that it kind of crosses the line to where, like, essential mechanics just don't necessarily, like, they're just, I don't want to say they don't make sense, but they're just weird. I mean, once you know how it works, it's cool. But I had to look stuff up because I wanted to, like, know how it could be playing properly. It's definitely the best Dark Souls clone. No, I would still say Nioh is better. I think both Nioh and Let It Die might be better. Honestly, like, at least Let It Die is more. You Let It Die comes with more stipulations, I guess. Detective Waste on it. Definitely Nioh is better, right? Well, I guess it's really Nioh. Yeah, I think so. You don't think so? I think Nioh is better. Yeah, Nioh's really good. I mean, unless you don't think that... I mean, I think that Nioh is really good. We're going to get back to Nioh. I think Nioh is overall the best. Like, to me, I think... And I don't know yet, but probably Code Vein is going to end up being like a 7, and Nioh is probably going to end up being an 8. Because that kind of difference. It's not like a huge difference. I haven't tried Let It Die yet. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of things to not like about Let It Die, but there's a lot of things to love. It all depends on, like, how much you can get past the things that are bad about it, like all the grinding you have to do, and some of the weird... it's very, very punishing. But that's also kind of what's cool about it. I mean, the aesthetic and art design and feel and ambiance of Let It Die is amazing. And when you're, like, exploring, like, and trying to make progress in the tower, it can be extremely entertaining. I think so. But the problem is that to actually be able to make progress in that game, you really have to know a lot of, like, tricks, and you have to grind a lot. Although there's different ways to grind, and what I did was, you can grind, like, you don't have to, like, well, you do have to grind metals, but to a certain extent. But, like, a lot of the grinding can just be done by, like, these sort of missions. You can, like, send your dudes on missions, and they'll come back with stuff. It's really important to get mushrooms in that game. Mushrooms are very important. There's just a lot of preparation, and you have to, like, understand the mechanics and stuff. And also, like, it's one of those games where they're constantly tampering with it. I played it, like, a couple of years back. I don't know how the fuck they've tampered with it. Like, I've heard... I don't know, maybe it's gotten worse. Let It Die. But when I played it, I really liked it overall. CV is a 7 for you too. You thought Nioh just made grind missions too much. Does it make you grind missions too much? Well, I'm only about halfway through the game, and I doubt it's not my impression, but if that changes later in the game, then that certainly would probably affect the score. And maybe I won't end up liking it as much. There's a little bit of repetitiveness to the missions, but I haven't felt yet like it makes you grind. Maybe you can grind, but I haven't felt the need to grind in it to the point. Like, I think we were like 30 hours into it. Put Nioh to 6. I really don't. I will say that the one thing I really don't like about Nioh is the item system, the treasure system, is really annoying to have to sort through all the fucking bullshit weapons that. It just drowns you in weapons. You spend so much time sorting them. And there's, like, a lot of systems to, like, upgrade your stuff that gets confusing. Like, all that stuff is not the best. You know, I heard that they improved on that. That's the thing I mainly don't like about Nioh. But I think that the combat is really, really good, though. I think it's really good, and I think that so far the enemy design is really good, and the bosses are really good, and the environments are really good, except that they just feel disconnected from each other. But so you could say the same about Dark Souls 2. And the story is like nothing, but that doesn't really matter. Put Nioh at 6, item grinding. Yeah, Let It Die has a lot of item grinding, so if that's a deal break. But yeah, I mean, there's sort of ways around it. With in Let It Die, you can mostly do missions and like, and it like for me, this like I don't mind this kind of thing. Like you can, if you can do it the hands-off way, where like every day you kind of check your delivery box, like, oh, what did I get? A bunch of mushrooms. You put it away in your storage. And then you send your dudes out on more missions. Like, there's assassination missions. It's actually like a multiplayer thing. They're trying to do like a Dark Souls thing. So you can send your hunters out to hunt players in other worlds and Let It Die. And then they'll actually show up, or they could show up in other players' worlds to like attack them as like, I forget what they called it, like hunters or something. I think they had a different word for it. But they showed up as phantoms in other people's world and tried to kill them. And of course the same thing would happen to you when you play. Or it could. Usually you want to avoid those guys. But the way it worked is that even if they didn't actually... I mean, it was essentially like the idea was that they would go hunt other players down and get rewards. But you would actually get rewards whether they killed anybody or not. So you would like it was just based on like where they went, where you sent them. So if you sent them to the right places, you could get really good stuff. And like, you know, and that game, like the key to that game was like abusing like the mushroom powers. The mushrooms in that game give you really, really powerful abilities like invincibility and the ability to like repair all of your stuff, which is super important in Let It Die. So that was a cool system. Are they still up? I don't know. I think so. I know that it's on PC now. Like it's on. It was released on Steam recently, so you can play it on Steam if you want. Yeah. Also, like the game's aesthetic is freaking awesome. Let It Die's aesthetic and the music is really good. It has this really weird, like sort of post-apocalyptic, sort of punk aesthetic that's just amazing. Like the characters were awesome. You like it's such a weird like tone that the game has because like the game purports to be like inside of a video game. So you could actually go outside of the video game you were playing to the arcade and you could like talk to people in the arcade where the video game was that you were playing, Let It Die. But the actual world of Let It Die is just like really dark, like post-apocalyptic world where you're essentially like you're like taking control of corpses or something. It's very strange, but it's awesome. It's such an awesome like idea that it has. So like with those, just going in with like those cautions in mind, I think it's a really interesting game. The gameplay also, it's very punishing. You have to learn the game. It does not. It sort of feels like Dark Soulsy in like design and sensibility and the controls, but the controls are, you have to sort of get used to the controls too. I think that, yeah, I want to say that it's been a while. I want to say that like dodging is not, you can't necessarily just dodge everything. It's not. It actually kind of reminds me of Code Vein because the enemies are very fast and it's really hard to just, it doesn't feel as fair as like Dark Souls. Like it's really hard to just dodge everything. Some of the bosses can be very cheap, but you get extremely powerful tools like invincibility mushrooms. That's why it's so important to use those, because the game is so difficult. And it's very punishing. But I don't know how the game has changed. Yeah, and you could also sort of like question whether that's Souls-like, but I think it's, to me, like it feels close enough. I would put that on the. We'll play. I actually fully played through that game on stream, like about 3 years ago. The only person who was around for that, I think, is Insane Nachos. He'll still like bring that up and joke about that game, but I think most of you guys weren't around for that. That's kind of like old stream history. We played through. I played through like. I did a bunch of like the grinding off stream, but I fully played through like all the bosses and stuff on the stream, and we beat the game. So I wouldn't play through it again necessarily, but we could. I definitely would be curious to like fire it up again and see how things have changed and break it. See if my old character is still there. That'd see that. So yeah, I think that's something we could do. I probably will not spend a ton of time on it, but it'll be fun to kind of go back to that game and run around and see if there's anything new. They did add some new stuff, but like the new content they added is like, it's not like it's the kind of content where they take all the old content and they just kind of recycle it. So like they added new floors, but the floors are just like a remix of the older floors, but they're like more difficult. So it was like, and then there's new bosses, but they're kind of, I don't know, they seem less exciting than the old bosses. I don't know. I didn't try to do new content in that game, but apparently it's like super difficult, so I didn't want to like grind for like better gear just to be able to do that stuff. Anyway, I mean, like, yeah, the game has got lots of idiosyncrasies. It's definitely worth a try. Can't guarantee that you would like it. I don't even know if I would like it the way it is now. I just know that I liked it when I played it like I think 3 years ago. But I don't know how the game has changed. But overall I like Code Vein. Yeah, I have some kind of issues with it, but I think the game is really cool and a lot of fun overall. Like, the other issue I have with Code Vein, is just like, yeah, the obtuseness of some of the mechanics is a little bit... It takes a while to, like, be able to wrap your head around how everything works in Code Vein, and then I think it's a bit odd that it still has the Dark Souls weapon upgrade system, but it's also like a job system, like a Final Fantasy job system, where you want to be like switching between every job and mastering every class. But to do that, like, ideally you'd want to be switching weapons around. But you can't really switch weapons around that much because you need to use fully upgraded weapons. And you don't have enough material to do that. So, I don't know about that aspect of Code Vein. You know, it feels like they just kind of threw that upgrade system in because Dark Souls had it. I mean, the upgrade system is like a direct copy of Dark Souls' upgrade system for weapon upgrading. But, I don't know if it makes as much sense as in Code Vein, because with Dark Souls you basically choose one build, and you choose a couple weapons you like and you upgrade those, you know? With Code Vein you're constantly switching builds all the time, so I just don't know if it makes as much sense, the upgrade system. The game is more catered for co-op, you just many classes. Yeah, well, I mean, and you can still, yeah, you can play Code Vein that way. Like, you can just pick and choose the classes you want. Except that the more classes you master, the more abilities you can put on the other jobs. So you really, like, it's really tailored towards, like, getting you to, like, it really strongly motivates you, it incentivizes you to, like, master as many jobs as you can. So you want to be switching around, but but at the same time, you're kind of locked into, like, just a couple weapons. And it's hard to just, like, experiment with weapons and see what's good. Yeah, but I think that the idea of, like, a Final Fantasy, like, kind of job system type game with, like, Dark Souls mechanics is interesting. Like, I like the idea, and I think it's actually really cool. It's just that if they were going to do that, I don't think they should have copied the weapon upgrading system. Like, I think it would have maybe been better if weapons just kind of upgraded with your levels or something. You know? Because you just can't have, like, tons of fully upgraded weapons in Code Vein. Yeah, but with Dark Souls is not a game where you want to, like... You can't just, like, switch between builds on the fly in Dark Souls. In Code Vein, the game really wants you to play that way. And I just think that system could have worked better, though. That's all. I like the system. I like the idea of, like, a job system in a Dark Souls game is really interesting. I do think it's cool. It definitely gives, like, the game, like, its own its own vibe compared to Dark Souls. It helps set it apart, which is good. I mean, the game sets itself apart in other ways too, by just like its storytelling and, you know, aesthetics. But so I guess that would be my other like main criticism of Code Vein. But the mechanics are really good. The overall enemy design is fairly good. Maybe a little bit repetitive because like a lot of enemies sort of look very similar to each other. But still pretty good. Like solid B maybe, you know, for like enemy design. There is a pretty good overall variety of enemies and bosses. The soundtrack of the game is like, it's alright. It's not bad, but it's not that great either. It's kind of in the middle of the soundtrack, I think. Yeah, like I said, I do like the aesthetics a lot. I like the level design. And it looks and plays great, so... You think it's top-notch? Well, I don't... Yeah, I mean, okay. I wouldn't go as far as to say top-notch, personally, but, I would say that it's good. I mean, I think that... Yeah, like, the bosses feel a little bit overtuned, since they had to design the game around, 2 players, so... Yeah, there are times when, like, enemy moves and stuff just feel pretty, like, nonsense. But you can kind of get around that by, to me, it seems like just like playing, like, if you play like just like a more tank kind of build, we can actually block. You can kind of just like, you can kind of get around that. Oh, I'm sure you could, like, yeah, exactly. You can solo some of those, but I'm sure you can solo all of the bosses. If you know what you're doing, I'm sure you can solo all of them. But, like, to actually do that would, I think, take a pretty... Like, to do that and not spend hours and hours on each boss, I think that would take, like, a lot of familiarity with the game. It would be, like, that learning experience would be... If you're trying to do that in the first playthrough, I think it'd be pretty painful. Unless you're, like, a gaming god. This song's good. Hyperia. Wait, how is this? Oh, dude, the camera got tilted. It should be like that. Be careful. This kind of slides around. Yeah, I'm sure you can. Of course, I'm sure you can solo like all the bosses. I'm sure people have done it. But yeah, I guess I realized pretty quickly that was not going to be a good idea to try to do that. At first, I was like definitely underestimating the game. Oh, it's not going to be hard, but they did make it very hard. They did make it very hard, and they actually did a pretty good job of like designing it like to be challenging for 2 people. Sometimes it feels like it's because the bosses are just ridiculous, but I guess you kind of just have to design it that way. Like, if you want to make a game that's challenging for multiple people, you almost have to kind of do it that way. Just, like, give the bosses, like, huge, like, moves with, like, huge AoE, just on their normal moves, and they move super fast, and they track players down in an instant. You kind of have to do stuff like that. Or else it's just, with 2 people, even just an AI companion, it gets easy pretty quickly. It's like, you know, one player can tank for the other. And you can still do that. I think the kind of the best, like if you're looking for like the best easy mode method through the game, I would imagine that would be to like play like a tank kind of build and just kind of like, and just focus more on like surviving the enemies and tanking them while you kind of let your partner do the damage. That seems like it'd be pretty effective for most bosses in that game. If you want to just kind of just get through it. If he ever gives too much manage, sweet spot is 2 human players. I bet it would be a lot of fun with 2 human players. I bet that would be a lot of fun. I would definitely enjoy trying some multiplayer in this game before we finish it. Alright, I finished penciling my page. Well, it's not too difficult. And I have another one over here that's already penciled. I'm going to ink both of these pages now. These might not take that long, so we'll see if we have time to do anything else. But, yeah, I guess we agree, huh? We're good. Oh, new Phoenix Wright game came out. Oh, what was that again? That's, yeah, I remember hearing about that. Yeah, I gotta get that. I heard about that. I still haven't played like the last couple of them. I gotta catch up on Phoenix Wright. Should do that on stream. I've only played the first 5 Phoenix Wright games. I haven't played any of the side. Well, I haven't played the Ace Attorney or the Edgeworth games. Yeah, great Ace Attorney 1 and 2. I need to play those. I do love those games. Go back a little later, for 5 years. I see. I haven't followed that too closely, but I did hear about those games. I'm a big fan of those games. I'll have to try to look for some time to get into those. I'll have to think about whether I want to stream those or not, or just play them on my own. We played Ancestor. Oh, right. That sounds pretty good. Have you played all the other ones, Asian Waste? I still haven't played the Professor Layton one. In fact, I had it sitting right here. I've been meaning to play it, I've been meaning to play this forever, and I just have not got around to it. The Professor Layton one? I have it right here. Right here. I've been sitting. I just have not touched my 3DS in such a long time. But maybe one day I'll get around to it. You think Apollo Justice is probably the weakest? Yeah, it probably is the weakest, but it's still good. It's still good. I still like that one. And the first case in that game is really, really good, but the others are not as good. Overall, it's probably the weakest. Yeah, I agree. Still a good game. It has a really awesome soundtrack, though, that game does. Except for the second Miles Edwards game. I see. Late one is okay. Well, I still gotta play that one. And there's like the isn't there like a 6th one that's like in the past or something? Spirit of Justice? Something like that. I haven't played that either. Oh, you mean Apollo Justice? Yeah, I know what you mean about that, yeah. That was, I mean, it was interesting. It was weird, but it was interesting. Ah, Appleseed music. The darkness of Appleseed. I feel like this song needs to be turned up. I feel like this one's too low. We turn it up. Darkness. That's the one that just came out? What? Oh, the new one? Oh, you mean Spirit of Justice? Spirit of Justice? I see. Well, I gotta play it. How would you rank them? How would you rank the Phoenix Wright games? Do you, like, I guess most people, including me, would rank the third one as the best? There are 2 great tournament games that come bundled. I see. I'll get them. No? Am I getting confused? You like the first one the most? Interesting. Yeah, the first one is also really good too. Classic, you know. All the cases are really good. Especially the Rebirth case that they put in the DS one as like a special bonus for the DS one. I mean, like that case is really good. So the first one, if you add all that up, the first one's quite a game. I still prefer the third one a little bit though. I just think that the cases are so good in that. Got Godot, you know. Almost incredible. Yeah. And the second one like is definitely not quite at the same level, but because like some of the mid case, I think the last case is extremely good though. But overall, the cases are just not quite as good in the second one, but it's still a worthy game. And I would say the same about the fourth. With the fourth one, it's the first case that's incredible, and the rest of the cases are not as good. Way lower. Like the second one has an amazing final case, and then the fourth one has an amazing first case. And both of those cases are so good that they're worth playing just for those. But the rest of them are like they're not quite at the same level, like overall. But they're still both really worth playing. And then the fifth game for the 3DS, I really liked the 3D effect in that game. I thought it looked amazing. Like the way the characters just kind of popped out of the screen. A lot of people it was fashionable to like kind of put your nose up at the 3D and the 3DS, but I thought they made it look really great. I thought that game was good too. Yeah, that one had a lot. I mean, it was. I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about the fifth one as far as ranking. I don't like it as much as the first and third, but ranks next to the second and fourth. I don't know exactly where I would put it. It also had a very good final case, I would say. They aren't sprites anymore, but you thought the models were really well done? Yeah, I thought the models were really well done. I thought they retained the... Oh, dude, the camera got moved again. I thought they retained the the charm and spirit of the models, and with the animations and stuff. I thought they did a good job with it. I should probably zoom this in a little bit more. Let's see. Do 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 do. A different model when he does the point. Yeah, it was kind of cool how with the fifth one they tried to make it like an all-star game where they brought original Phoenix Wright back, they brought Apollo back, and they had a new lawyer, what's her name? Athena. She was pretty cool, but it was kind of weird. Like, it was a little bit weird that they just brought Phoenix back just like the way he was when he was old Phoenix. They just kind of completely disregarded his whole arc in the fourth one, you know? I get why they did that because of like popularity reasons, but it's a little bit strange. Like, he just like went right back to being like the old Phoenix, right? You know, it's a little bit weird. But, you know, I mean, the continuity is still there because, like, Apollo is still there. Like, I don't know, like, Phoenix Wright, bringing him back is fine, but it felt like at least he should have been older or something, you know? He should have looked older or been wiser or should have been, like, a different kind of character. But they just reverted him to being, like, the exact same character as the first three games. I felt like it didn't make... Homeless Phoenix just wasn't cutting it. Dude, Homeless Phoenix was awesome, though. He's so awesome in the fourth game. I really like what they did with his character in the fourth game. The fourth game's cases may not be as good, but I really like what they did with his character. And they didn't have to keep him as like Homeless Phoenix, you know. They could have like made him a lawyer again. That's fine, but I feel like they should have at least changed him or something. Like, they should have made him look older. They should have just made him look older, and he should have been... I don't know, I feel like he should have been, like, the mentor. He shouldn't have been... Or, I don't know, I mean, you could even play as him, but he should seem different. He should seem, like, older and wiser, you know? More self-assured. And, I feel like they wrote him just, like, pretty much as just old Phoenix. He didn't seem that different to me. So I thought that was a little bit weird about the 5th game. I do like that they brought Apollo back. I'm glad they didn't just, like, shuffle Apollo off into, like, nothingness. Or, like, try to pretend like the 4th game didn't happen. Because, you know, I mean, the 4th game, it may not be quite as good as... It's still good in its own way. It's still a worthy game. It shouldn't be shuffled away. I guess he was kind of a mentor, you know. Well, they should have changed his look to reflect that, though. Instead of, like, just making him look exactly like the same Phoenix, right in the same suit, you know, the same exact expressions, the same poses. Like, that, it's like, you know, like the exact same poses like the first 3 games. Same expressions, same everything, you know? Like, they didn't try to, like, they didn't do anything to portray him, like, visually as, like, a wiser character. Maybe I don't know, whether the writing reflected that. If it did, it was subtle. He wears a 3-piece suit. Oh, did he? Well, okay, I guess. What do you think about that, Skitter? Demo, listen. This is Deadly Poison Swap, not a spelling bee. That's interesting. Remember that, Skittles? Remember when I used to say, like, crazy stuff all the time? Those sure were the days, huh? It's too bad I've wisened up and gotten more mature. Now I only say intelligent things all the time. So there's nothing to quote anymore. Sorry about that, Skittles. I like the Japanese music in Jumping Flash. Or I guess it's the Chinese music. Chinese style. Alright, let me do it. It still looks too... Oh, is it the 5th game? I don't remember this character anymore. I don't remember her. We played a game, I swear. Like, the first case was like the bomber guy. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, the first case was like the bomber guy. The second case is that crazy sort of... I don't know, Okama kind of guy? Weirdo guy? And the third case was... I don't remember the third case. Fourth case? The last case was... I mean, I don't want to spoil it, but the last case, I did really like the antagonist. What it ended up being there. Well, the little twist, I want to say. That was cool. I think that was with the astronauts, the last case. There was 4 cases, right? But then there was like a DLC one that I never played. I think I have to. Slightly older and whiter, but not very much. Okay, I think it should have been more noticeable then. Spirit's storyline puts it to a 3rd. Oh, really? That sounds pretty good. Like 3rd out of the whole series? In Spirit of Justice, like, do they still... Does that take place after? Like, do they bring everybody back for that? Or is that... Okay, this music's probably too loud now, sorry. Turn the other one up. I forgot. I turned the other one up because it's probably been too loud for a while. I forgot to turn it down again, but I'll turn it down now. Can you hear me now? This track is probably loud. Everyone, including Maya. Nice. It's been a long day full of wizardry and gardening, which is its own kind of wizardry. I say some funny things sometimes, don't I, Skittles? Just some funny, weird, crazy things. Where did I come up with them, Skittles? Out of my brain? Who even knows? Maya and Pearl? Well, you would expect that, yeah? Grew up in her tweens. Oh yeah, right. That's pretty cool. I wanted them to bring back the character, like, what the science girl from the 4th game and Trucy, the magician girl. I wanted them to bring her back, them back. They were gone. Emma's back? Oh, nice. That's good. Were they not in 5? I did not recall that. Like, Maya and Pearl were not in 5? Well, I know they weren't in 4, obviously, because that's like they tried to have like almost a whole new cast. I think Gumshoe is still in 4, if I recall correctly. All the sidekicks are there. Oh, that's cool. It's cool to, like, I don't know, yeah, bring all the characters back, see what they're up to now. Hopefully, like, you know, they've changed or something. I like what they did in 4, how they, like, brought some of the, like, they brought the science girl back, but she's, like, older now, and she was filling the Gumshoe role. Like, that's pretty interesting. I thought that was interesting. Yeah, pretty much Athena as a sidekick, the new Apollo. That's true. Yep. Mike instead of Maya, yeah. Was Maya not in 5 at all? I feel like Emma's great, but she's no Dick Gumshoe. Yeah, they're both good. Hope you... Pal. That's right, Pal. I like that localization choice. They just have him say Pal a lot. I'm sure that's... Like, the game has got, like... I don't know, but it's probably got, like, a lot of its own, like, kind of Japanese humor. So, they have... I don't know what he's saying in Japanese, but in the English version, he says Pal all the time. Listen, Pal. Which works. They're really good localizations, those games. You do a good job with those. Like, kind of giving them their own sense of humor. Oh, it's some Xenosaga music, huh? Hope you guys are all enjoying this Phoenix Wright talk. They haven't really talked about... I don't know if we've ever talked about Phoenix Wright in the history of all Patreon streamers. So this is good. It's like a first. And like, you can't forget about Ghost Trick, of course, like the secret best video game, Ghost Trick. This is by the same writers. It'd be cool if they made a second Ghost Trick. You replace Gyudon with hamburgers? Yeah, that's a silly choice, but that's very, like, typical. Gyudon, huh? Beef bowls? Beef bowls are almost like Japan's hamburger, their version of hamburgers, except they actually have a hamburger. They just eat them on plates without a bun. Or you could... I got a curry in Japan one time with hamburger in it, which I mean, like, not like, I don't mean hamburger meat. I mean, like, just like a hamburger. Like curry over a hamburger. It was really good. You could get, like, I went to a curry place and you could get, basically, you could get curry with, like, any kind of meat. They had, like, every single thing you could imagine. Including, like, a hamburger. Like, I'm gonna get the hamburger. That sounds good. The localization commits to hamburgers. It's great. The anime, they actually eat gyudon on camera. The localization commits to hamburgers. Oh, in the anime, I watched a little bit of that. I didn't watch too much of it. Like it seemed all right. I don't know. What did you think of it? Did you like that? The anime for Phoenix Wright? It's one of those things like Danganronpa where I feel like it just kind of works better as a video game. But maybe I didn't give it, you know, enough of a chance. I don't know. It was great. Oh, really? Well, maybe I should have given it more of a chance. That is funny, though. They, like, actually show them eating gyudon, and they're like, oh, this hamburger is delicious. That's a funny choice. I mean, the games and their stories are very anime, so it's definitely easy to picture it as an anime. But it just works so well in video game form, though. I mean, the Danganronpa anime, that didn't really work out too well. It was just way too short. Like, it was way too compressed. They like, skipped so much stuff. What's your opinion on stepladders? I know that's like a Phoenix Wright meme, right? They're great. I don't remember the meme. They reversed it. What did they do in 4 again? Like, what was the thing again? Was it he just always like made funny comments about stepladders or something? Like if you clicked on when you clicked on stepladders or something like that? Drawing. Excuse me. Oh. I had a big dinner. It was a good dinner. Made chicken, like bacon on it. It's a good dinner. And like this lemon sauce. That's good. It's good. Actually, it's a stepladder. My accusing me too nitpicky about the details. Oh. That's one of those things that I think I never actually picked up on. I'm sure that like people have probably noticed that in like forums and stuff and like made jokes about it, but I don't really keep up with that stuff that much, so. But I think I heard that once and it was like, oh, that's funny, but I didn't remember. When you examine a stepladder. Actually, it's a stepladder. Sure. Trucy being Phoenix's daughter was on Team Stepladder. I see. Yeah, I didn't really remember that. Oh, a ladder. Actually, it's a step ladder. Then Apollo went there and saying, you have to understand the essence of the object. The step ladder is also a ladder. I'm going to talk about something else. Step ladder is also a ladder. Apollo is right. Apollo is the answer to everything. It's a TMR joke. Yeah, Trucy was cute. I like Trucy in the 4th game. Glad they brought her back. I gotta play that 6th game. I gotta play that. So the Great Detective games, those are those like just all different characters? What are those again? Those are like in the future or something? Or what are they? The new ones, the Great Detective games, or what are they called? Great. I don't remember. Great something. Great Ace Attorney. Those are the ones where you play Phoenix's ancestor. Okay. Great Ace Attorney Chronicles. Oh, okay. Alright, I see. I see. Which is both games in a single package. Nice. There's 2 of those, huh? So those are just all new characters now. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I gotta play those. I gotta get around to those and play all the Phoenix Wright games that I've missed. I don't know when I would do it. I mean, there's so many things I need to play, you know? I'm still working on all the Souls-like games. I want to finish Neo as well. I want to eventually get to Neo 2. Who knows? Maybe I'll even play through the Surge 2. I don't know about that. I'll probably will give the Surge 2 a less of a chance after Surge 1, but well, I don't know. I can't really see myself, like, just playing through the Surge 2. But we'll see, I guess. You got that game? And hello? Hey, hello, Colic. How's it going? Yeah, the Surge. Or not the Surge. The Phoenix Wright one. Shantae. Yeah, I got... That's another series where I want to play more of those. I'll play more Shantae games at some point. There's so many... That I could do whenever I get around to like my Steam project. I want to do a Steam project where I just like play all the games I have on Steam that I haven't played yet, which I think is like at least, it's not like I don't really buy that much on Steam. I don't have thousands of games like other people do. I have like maybe a couple hundred games at most, maybe even actually actually probably under 100 games maybe. I'm not sure. It's like it's around 100 maybe. And I've played a bunch of them, but I got a bunch I haven't played that I want to get to. It's still enough where it would take a while, because some of them could be long. So, yeah, that, like, I think I have I'm pretty sure I have a bunch of the I might have all the Shantae games on Steam. Not really sure. But, if I ever do that, I could finally get around to those Shantae games. You'll have to let me know how that is, Asian Wave. A physical release? Oh, yeah, that's right, they didn't. Yeah, I got that. I had to get that digitally. Oh, there's a new Layton game? Is that on Switch? Oh, that's right. That's right. I remember seeing after that. Is that good? When is that? Did that come out, or is that coming out? I'm not thinking about getting that. Of Anime Souls? Well, it would have been tonight if I wasn't doing a Patreon stream, but since I am, it's not tonight. I don't know. Yeah, here's the thing about that. The thing is, I've got a busy week coming up next week. First of all, we're doing the garage sale tomorrow and Saturday. We're doing our second garage sale, second attempt. We actually advertised in the newspaper this time, so we'll see if it goes better, trying to sell more of our junk. So we got that. I'm going to be pretty busy tomorrow because of that. And then, like, on Sunday, we're going to, like, Ren Fair with the friends. Although, not for the whole day, but... So we're going to do that. And then, next weekend, I'm going to actually be going to Otakon. I posted about it in the Discord. But I'm going to actually try to go to Otakon after all. I wasn't going to go, but Jennifer's going, and I figured... Like, after seeing how things were at the other shows... It seems like there's a pretty reasonable chance that people aren't going to all show up, and might be able to get a table, because I don't have a table, that's why I wasn't going to go, but it just kind of made sense to give it a try, since Jennifer's going as well. I'm gonna be doing so I'm gonna be going to Otakon next weekend, so I'm gonna be gone Wednesday through Monday. I'm gonna be gone for a while through convention. We gotta drive to that one. Wednesday through Monday. Wednesday through Monday. You love the Layton games? You played them all? I've only played the Unwound Future, I think. I only played one of them. I liked it, but I don't quite like it as much as the Phoenix Wright games. But they're good. Catriel Millionaire Conspiracy. Oh, that's the fourth one, I see. The Layton Brothers. Are you selling anything cool? Yeah, I mean, there's Flipside stuff as usual. Oh, the garage sale? Well, I'm gonna, like, now that I know the value of some of my older video games, like PS1 games, I'm gonna try to sell some more of my older video games. I'll see if some of the PS1 games I have are, like, worth, like, over $100. Even a couple hundred. I'll try to... the last garage sale, we had a number of video game collectors come by. So I'm gonna try to sell some of that stuff. And we still got, like, a bunch of... I mean, there's some things left. Like, there's an antique chair. There's a couple of things that are interesting. Mostly it's, like, a lot of junk, though. Spider on her back when she's sleeping. Oh no! You mean this? Relax. That's there because that gets filled in black. But you know what? I'm just gonna fill it in black for the strip. Yeah, it'll look better when it's filled in black ahead of time. I'm gonna fill it in black for you, Skittles. Yeah, okay, I thought I heard that they were making a new Layton game, but I could be wrong. But Switch, you know, a new Layton game on Switch would be cool. So we got the garage sale tomorrow and Saturday. We're going to Ren Fair on Sunday, and then we leave for the convention Wednesday. So if you add all that up, I'm going to probably be pretty busy. I don't know how much more I'm going to be able to stream over the weekend and next week. I'll try to stream. I'll probably stream a couple more times at least, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. But I would love to get Code Vein done before I have to leave. Which chap did you draw that bathtub part for? I know, it's such an iconic moment. Totally. I don't know, it's probably like the 50s somewhere. Mario Paint music. The perfect music for an art stream. Do 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 do. Just drawing art. Drawing some comics. Who doesn't love comics? Oh, a lot of people? Okay, never mind. These days, more people like comics, though. Or they like manhwa. But I'm not really into the manhwas. I still prefer the old-fashioned manga. An old-fashioned kind of guy, I guess. Drawing. So what have you guys been up to? Asian Waste is going to be playing Phoenix Wright soon. Colic is... a lot of people according to Twitter. Oh, well, people on Twitter don't like anything. It's a platform where you complain. So, yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. What are you guys all up to? What do you got? You still playing video games? Anybody playing video games? I like to play video games sometimes. I have many video games I need to play. It's a never-ending list. Too patriarchal. Yep, that sounds right. Sounds right, Colic. You got it. What? Well, are we talking DC and Marvel? No, we're not. I fell off that wagon like when in my teens. Let's see. Next song. Yeah, I'll play that too much. I'm gonna skip that one. What? Oh, what happened there? Diablo 2 music? Yeah, I'm not really into, like, American comics at all. But I never really have been. Never really have been. Well, not never. I mean, there was a brief time in my teens when, like, I tried to get into, like, superhero comics. That lasted, like, about a year. I did kind of like stuff like Punisher in particular. But... and I remember liking Cloak and Dagger, too. Like, some of the weird ones. And I tried to read, like, X-Men's and, like, figure out, like... it's so hard to, like, just jump into those. You have no idea, like, what's going on. This complicated lore. And then I think I just kind of got sidetracked by, like, getting into manga. And I just did not... and I just dropped the American stuff. Didn't seem as interesting. Incredibly bland. I believe it. Well, I think there's still good manga. I mean, you could like maybe like complain. I don't know. Maybe some people think that the manga isn't as good as it used to be in either like the big three Shonen days or the Dragon Ball days or whatever or older. I think there's still good stuff there. I think Dark Horse is doing okay. ID4. I don't even know who ID4 is. Dark Horse is good. Image is really good. Yeah, I mean I don't look at any of that stuff anymore, so I wouldn't know. Oh yeah, that sounds about right, Colic. I can see that. Well, I mean, like it's all about the. Haven't like the movies just like taken over and. Correct me if I'm wrong, but is it just kind of like they've got the movies now, so they kind of don't really care about the comics anymore? They don't really care if they sell. They're just there. They're almost just there to like just be there. Like nobody reads them. Everybody only cares about the movies, right? I guess that's kind of the way it's always been, because you always had like Superman and Batman movies, even in the 80s, and way more people saw those. like Superman and Batman than they read the comics. But I guess it's not necessarily that much different. But I am not Starfire release. No, I have no clue about any of that. It sounds like I don't want to have a clue about it. Maybe I'm better off that way. Brand New Day was such a kick to my balls. I'm assuming that was not related to the Sting album. Dun, 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 dun. Tomorrow is a brand new day. It's not a Sting comic, right? Tomorrow is a brand new day. Thinking in a brand new way. Turn the clock, son, send my money. Tomorrow is a brand new day. Think I wonder if she'll take me back. Tomorrow is a brand new day. And that song was good. Sting. I like Sting. Is that wrong? Okay, I'm sorry. You guys are talking about something else. Stop? Okay, I want to stop. So subscriber 1A has requested that I stop. Let's go back to the music. What's a good song to play? Nah. Final Fight? Is that better, Skittles? Final Fight music? Skittles is like, anything would be better, idiot. And then to which I say in reply, thanks, Skittles. Thanks for your concern. I like Sting. Is that wrong? Okay, stop. What? Did I say that? Okay, I'm sorry. Do. Skills, you do not like my singing voice, huh? What if I like go an octave lower though? Like, oh yeah, this song like repeats. Let's go to the next one. What if I need to use my baritone voice more, you know? When I go to karaoke, when I used to go to, well, I mean, I don't go that often, but whenever I would go to karaoke, you know, which is like just once in a while, my go-to song would be the Crash Test Dummies song because that guy, he just sings like a super deep octave, so I was able to. Plus, I'm not really a good singer. That's not, and you don't even have to be a good singer to sing that song. I can do. Listen to my song. Once there was this kid who got into an accident and couldn't come to school, but when he finally made her, they saw birthmarks all over her body. Do you guys remember that song? If you don't know that song, then I guess you don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But, like, yeah, they actually can do a pretty good impression of that guy's voice. Couldn't quite explain it. It's always just been there. The chorus of that song is great because it's just very easy to sing. I highly recommend it if you have a deep voice and you go to karaoke. Karaoke. Stop. Okay, Skittles. I guess I'll stop. Sorry, Skittles. Behind on my Take That Idiot quota? I think I said it a couple times during Code Vein. I guess you weren't here for that. We had some very big Code Vein streams. A lot of Code Vein progress. In the 390s for a while. I've been saying, it doesn't feel like I've been saying things that are any less stupid. Well, maybe it's because Souls games, I just don't say enough stupid stuff. For some reason. I don't know. Oh, the Diddy Kong Racing. I never even played this game, but the song is good. Because, like, when I play Souls games, like, I more just say things like, fuck, dude, fuck, fuck off, fuck, no, dude, just fuck, shit, you know? That's not as quotable, right? That's my theory. But you know, these things ebb and flow like the tides. One day, the amount of quotes will rise again, and the next day will fall. You know, these things, they come in waves. So I'm sure there will come a day again where the quotes will flourish. It might even have to do with the position of the moon. I mean, maybe when the moon is in certain phases, you just don't get as many good quotes. That sounds like it could be scientifically accurate. I believe in that. Okay, I'm gonna sing again. Sorry, you want to sing along with this song. It's too good. Anybody watch any good movies lately? Let's see. We watched. I think I've watched a couple here and there. We've been watching some like martial arts movies. Oh yeah, we've been watching some of those. We just watched Bruce Lee: Fist of Fury, which is one of the Bruce Lees I haven't seen, and now I've seen all of them except for. I guess the original one, which was called what, like The Big Boss, I think. But now I've seen all these. I've seen Fist of Fury, Enter the Dragon, and Game of Death. They're all good. All Bruce Lee movies are good. I love Bruce Lee. Watching some Shaw Brothers movies. I watched let's see, what did I watch? I watched, I think it's called The Man with the Golden Arms. That movie is awesome. This song is good too. I take it probably none of you guys have watched that stuff, so not much to talk about there, but I do really like the old martial arts movies, like the Shaw Brothers ones, Grindhouse ones, Bruce Lee ones, old Jackie Chan movies. And the Chinese vampire movies and stuff like that. All good. It's all good. I like all that stuff. Watch some of that. Oh, we also watched, we're watching some older movies. We watched, a Bogart movie. We watched, what is it again? It's like a classic movie. The Maltese Falcon. I watched The Maltese Falcon. Really liked it. Good film. Bogart going around just being an asshole. It's a classic noir movie. Going around and being an asshole to people. It's very good. Like just a lot of like thievery and people trying to double cross each other and like snappy dialogue. Pretty entertaining. I think movies from the 40s or something. Very old. I'm getting more into the older movies now. What else did I watch? Gonna chronicle all the things I watched. So sorry if you guys haven't watched any of this stuff and it's boring to you. Let's see, what else did I watch? Such happy, uplifting music. Dude, we've been watching a bunch of we've been rewatching Star Trek: The Next Generation. I just marathoned all of Star Trek: The Next Generation last year. Now we're rewatching it because Jennifer is suddenly interested in watching it again. And I'm that's awesome. I'll watch more of it anytime. I can't get enough of that show. So rewatching that from the beginning. And that's why I even like the first season and stuff. I think a lot of it is very entertaining. It's really only the last season of Next Generation that I don't like as much, where it starts to feel stale. But I actually like most episodes of the damn show. More than some people, I guess. It's such a good show. I used to think that the original series was my favorite, but rewatching TNG, I'm oh my god, I can't believe this show is even better than... I feel like it's even better than I remember. It's such a good show. So good. We're watching those. Let's see. Oh, you know what? Another weird thing that we've all been watching together, and we're still halfway through it because it's a long miniseries. It's 6 hours. But Jenna, you did a TNG rewatch? Oh, nice. We could talk about that. We could talk about Star Trek some more. Demo's not here to get annoyed at the moment. I'm sure she'll chime in, be what are you guys talking about Star Trek? Maybe she's lurking right now and getting annoyed, but I can talk about Star Trek infinitely. I never knew I was a big Star Trek fan, but apparently I am. TNG, you're in the middle of DS9? Nice. Yeah, DS9. I prefer TNG. Some people prefer DS9, I know, but I prefer TNG. But DS9 is also really good. It is also really good. It's a very good complement to TNG, I think. Very good time. Okay, oh right, so I was in the middle of... Yeah, the miniseries I was watching, this is unrelated to Star Trek, but it's Jennifer was in the mood to she watched the newer Count of Monte Cristo movie with Guy Pearce. I think that's 2000s, and she hated it. So she wanted to watch one of the better ones, so we looked up what the best one was, and according to Jennifer, there was a French miniseries that's considered to be the best Count of Monte Cristo from the 90s. Hey, Mr. Leo, what's up? I was just talking about the Count of Monte Cristo. There we go. So we ended up watching... So it's in French. It's subtitled. We ended up watching the French miniseries of Count of Monte Cristo. It has Gerard Depardieu as the Count. So I don't know. Apparently people online say it's the best one. It follows the book the most closely, and it's got the best acting, etc., etc. It does, man. Gerard Depardieu is amazing in it. He's amazing, and it's super entertaining. This is a French miniseries from the 90s. But the production value is shockingly good for a miniseries, and the sets and everything. It's very good, and dude's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. How many adaptations of Monte Cristo are there? There's a lot. There's a movie from the 30s. The original movie is from the 30s. And there's one from the 50s. There's one from the 60s. There's one from the 70s. And then I think there's one from the 90s. And there's a 2000s one. I think that's the one with Guy Pearce, which is I haven't seen that, but according to Jennifer, don't bother with that one. That's what she says. Yeah, and that's actually, I'm not the most book-read person, but that's actually a book that I read in high school. I read that book. And I actually liked that book, Count of Monte Cristo. But it's been a long time since I read it. Yeah, it's good. The miniseries is awesome. But it's 6 hours long. It's a 6 hour long miniseries. And we're about 4 hours through it, so we haven't even finished it yet. But Depardieu is really... I think that might have been the thing that propelled him to fame or something. He's really good in it. How many adaptations? Yeah, so MC is the original Revenge Rampage. Yep, it is. It is, but it's so sophisticated. Even compared to like, you know, like the coolest revenge stuff is always the stuff where it kind of like makes you question revenge, which, you know, Mountie Cross, I can't talk. Mountie Crossbow, Monte Cristo, yeah, it does. It definitely does that. Definitely is like morally complicated. It's a good story. No idea, but I recall watching the anime version of it. Oh, what, Monte Cristo? Yeah, there's a ton of adaptations of it, of course. And there's also like, I think there's like a lot of like inspired stuff too, depending on like how loose you want to get with that. But there's got to be like a ton of inspired stories, Monte Cristo. So yeah, I was just talking about like some of the movies I've been watching. So I'll just like go through it again real quick. Been watching like a lot of martial arts stuff. I watched Bruce Lee movie, Fists of Fury. We watched some Shaw Brothers stuff, but we saw The Man with the Golden Arms and Five Fingers of Death, which all of those were good. We watched Counting on Monte Cristo miniseries. I watched we watched not martial arts, but we watched a Bogart movie. We watched Maltese Falcon. Now I want to watch more Bogart movies. Bogart is pretty cool. And what else have I watched recently? Have you guys seen anything? What have you guys been watching? Anyone watching any stuff? That's how you got into reading it originally? You didn't know Count of Monte Cristo was made into a mecha anime? I might have heard that at one point, but I was not super familiar with it. I'd never seen that. How is it? Any good? I got into reading it because it was required reading in my English class. But I think it's like one of the things I read that I liked more. But yeah, what else did I yeah, they made us read stuff like that, and The Stranger, and The Odyssey. The Odyssey I don't remember anything about. Didn't enjoy that book. Stranger was interesting. Oh, I read now I'm just going through the list of like all the things I read in English class. The Cockroach book, Metamorphosis, read that. It was hard to get through. You'd think it would be more exciting. I want to see the Cronenberg adaptation of that, though. Just watched the two Ash Ladd movies. And not full of politics. That's good. Ash Ladd? I don't know what those are, though. Okay. Total lack of meshing wuxia with sci-fi? Well, you've noticed total lack. I want wire kung fu in zero gravity chambers. You'd think that the Chinese would be doing that, you know? I mean, are you sure that they're not doing that? Well, I mean, it's hard to keep up with the foreign movies. I mean, are they really like not done that at all? You'd think they would have done that at some point. Fire and Ice. Oh yeah, is that Boschke, right? I was thinking about I was going through a Boschke kick, but I didn't watch that one. I was going to, and I didn't get around to it. But I remember seeing that when I was a lot younger, and probably being too young to like really get it. Just watching anything that was like animated. I would watch that again, though. I like that old Boschke, like, adult animation. It's pretty interesting. I like that stuff. I should see American Pop. American Pop, I don't think I've even ever sat through. I think I've seen clips, that's all. I should see that. American Pop. I watched Wizards again. Wizards is really interesting movie. I liked it. Definitely liked it. I remember seeing it when I was like in high school and like and just thinking it was like really weird and not totally getting it. But I get it a lot more now. And I watched Versus the Cat, and I rewatched Lord of the Rings because it's my favorite Lord of the Rings thing. Still holds up, still good. I don't care what anybody says. It's a great movie. Animated Lord of the Rings. Last Unicorn. I have not seen that in a long time. That's by the people who did The Hobbit, which I also like. We rewatched that recently. I feel like that holds up better than I remember too. I love the music in that movie. I love the music in like both of those, the Bashki Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. It's different kind of music though. But yeah, the Last Unicorn, that I haven't seen in a while. I bet it's good. I mean, I remember it being good. But I wonder if I would like that more than The Hobbit, though. Hobbit's really good. And the songs are just like so old-fashioned now, but like it's such a great way. I think also, Rock and Roll. I think that's not Bashki. That's like some Canadian film, right? I don't think that's Bashki, but it's sort of similar vibe, I think. And I don't think I ever saw that one, but I'm familiar with it. Yeah, so let's see. Did I see anything else? What else have I watched recently? We watched a bunch of stuff, like here and there. I watched some like super low budget, like 80s Conan ripoff called Thor. Definitely not the Thor of modern times. It was very ridiculous and full of shock value. But it was good. Oh, I mean, it was all right. It was all right. It was kind of entertaining. It wasn't too boring. Like a lot of those, can just be very slow and boring, and they just wander around in forests because it's very easy to shoot in forests. I guess that's all that I watched recently. I think I went through the whole list of things I watched. But how about you guys? Watch anything else? So you watch no Chinese stuff, like no Wuxia in space, Ash Lad. You didn't. Oh, and you watched Fire and Ice, which I need to watch. Well, you didn't say how Ash Lad. You said they're fun. Okay, they're fun. I don't know what those are. Monte Cristo is a mecha movie. Did you enjoy Ash Lad movies? Are they anime? I don't know what they are. Are they anime or are they cartoons? Are they movies? What are they? Ash Lad sounds like it would be an anime. Well, I would check it out. Based on the recent full-scale live production. Oh, okay. Sounds interesting. You watch them on YouTube, huh? Alright, I'll actually keep that in mind. Eye of Argon? I don't know what that is. Dubbed in English, but still good. Okay. That's cool. The free version of it, you can rent it as well. Why would you rent it if there's a free version, though? Ash Lad. Yeah, I guess that's all I've been watching. Other than that, still watching like a lot of just mainly like PMR streams and Macaw streams. Just those two mainly. A few other like streams here and there. Infamous Sword and Sorcery short story. I like the sound of Infamous short stories. Let's see, did I see anybody play any interesting video games recently? Timar still stuck on C64 games, but I don't know. Nothing really super interesting, I guess. This is a cool game. The Dark Sea game. It was a giant joke. Jonathan Hickman X-Men comics. Is that like older X-Men? It is the Ed Wood of Pulp Sci-Fi Fantasy. Oh, I see. Interesting. Eye of Argon, huh? Okay. 2019 X. You're saying they were just, so I haven't read superhero comics in a long time. They were saying that they don't like the newer ones, but you're saying that's some good newer superhero comics. You recommend it? That the vibe of the older stuff, huh? That's cool. I think I'll be honest, probably would have a hard time getting me to read that stuff because I just can't be bothered with superhero stuff anymore. But that's just my tastes. I wouldn't. I'm just out of that. I'm out of that world now. It's really hard to get back into that world. I just don't tend to really enjoy like American comics in general. I'm too into the manga style. It was dire for 20 years. I see. It's interesting though. AVX. Scott Summers. Scott Summers, let me guess. Is that, I think that's Cyclops, right? Let's see if I remember who X-Men are. Apocalypse and Mr. Sinner are quasi-good guys. Oh. You see. I see. Itching for some X content, huh? I see. The powers of X. X is a cool letter. X. The X-Men. X. Way better than those Y-Men. Very hyped, huh? Do 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 do. Cool Doctor Doom moments. See. Da-na-na, na-na-na, na-na-na-na-na-na. Hickman, huh? Those giant sizes, huh? Giant sizes. Whoa, it sounds big. Oh, oh. I think we're done with the first page. It's time to move on to the second page. Good progress. Good art progress. Do. Good art progress. Still sending out the books? Yep, I am. I still got a ways to go on that, Mr. Leo, but I do have like a whole nother batch here of books. I have like a big pile of packages here that I need to send out. I'm trying to find the time. I was going to do it this week, but things just got a little bit of wait for me. But once I send these out, I think I'll have them 50% sent out. 50% of the Kickstarter. I should show you all the packages I have sitting around here. I carry to the post office, yeah. Because in order to have them picked up, I have to pay for the postage using like stamps.com or something like that, and I can't be bothered to do that. I guess. Dude, the camera got fucked up again. Come on, camera. I probably should, but no, I just carry them to the post office and ship them out. I probably should like get a stamps.com account and print out postage and just have somebody pick them up. It'd be easier. But I still do it the old-fashioned way. Also, I still have like a bunch of sketches I have to do. It takes a while to do all these sketches. Many books with sketches, including ink sketches. And you have like people who like ordered like all 11 books, each with sketches. It takes a while to do all those. And I've got the convention coming up next weekend, so that's going to take up a lot of my time. So I'm going to try to keep getting those out as much as I can. Tracy Hickman. Oh yeah, that was one of the writers of the Dragonlance books. I used to read those when I was younger. I was very into those. I think, like Tracy Hickman and Margaret Weiss. They did like a million fantasy books. Yeah, Stamps.com, Audible, the lawyer site. What are some other ones? Yeah, some of those are just, the ads are everywhere. It's funny. How does Stamps.com like afford all that advertising? It's crazy. Yeah, it seems like they advertise in like every podcast I listened to for a while. But I was listening to more podcasts at that time, and now I've cut a lot of the podcasts out. I still listen to like a couple here and there, but not as much. Now video game streams are my podcasts. That's what I spend more time listening to or watching. People playing video games. It's the most important modern content. You know? I'm down with the kids. I'm down with the new media. Watch people stream video games. That's what it's all about. That's the priority. This song is reminding me that they're coming out with Shin Megami Tensei 5 soon. I normally don't really care about new video games, but that's one I do care about. I'm gonna have to definitely get that when that releases, and we'll probably have to play through it. I just have to make time for it. Your 160 Dragonlance game. I used to have a lot of Dragonlance books. I used to have, not that many, but I used to have like a number of them. But I don't know where they all went. I still have some of them somewhere in like the bookshelf downstairs. I still have some of them. Trying to locate them. Yeah, or like if you want to get new copies, that's probably not easy. But I really like those books, especially I mean, there are so many. They were definitely varying qualities. But the original books, like the original trilogy, and then there was like a sequel trilogy, I liked all that stuff. That stuff was all good. I even read through it like multiple times. I remember reading those in high school. Going to eBay? Are they expensive to get on eBay? Did they ever make like an anime or a movie for those? I don't think they did, right? Dragonlance? It had some video games, including that one really bad one, Heroes of the Lance on NES, that people always cite as like one of the worst games. But I also saw that there was like a Japanese computer game of that, which looked pretty interesting, of Dragonlance. And oh, there was computer games here. There was one of those. There was like a couple of those like gold box, like old dungeon crawlers. I played through one of those with Dragonlance, yeah. Halflings, Kender Culture. Like, I remember those. I remember that. They had no fear. Autumn Twilight animated adaptation. They did. It was terrible. They made well, there's the D&D cartoon from the 80s, but are you talking about something else? I want it. I need to see that. Hold on. I did not know about that. I was curious. Of course it would be terrible. I mean, that I'm not. But when did they make that? Dragonlance movie and a cartoon. Comic books are okay. How about the Dragonlance movie, Dragons of Autumn Twilight animation? What does that look like? Let's see what that is. That's on YouTube apparently. I gotta see what that looks like. When did they make this? This looks similar to like the He-Man, like the He-Man remake style of animation, I guess. Yeah, this animation's terrible, in my opinion.
The wicked dragons.
Look at this. Oh, there's Rosalind.
Gold Moon and Riverwind.
Where's
Gold Moon and Riverwind.
left alone?
There's Tasselhoff, everybody's favorite character. Oh, do they have like... Dude, let's see what... I want to see what Rosalind looks like. Yeah, this animation's really bad. It's very bad. Of course. I'm sure it's low budget. I don't like the style. I don't like this kind of style either. Even if it was better animated, I still wouldn't like it. Alright. I didn't know that they made this, though. That's interesting. Alright, no, that's not really worth looking at, I think. Interesting, though. Interesting. Thank you for telling me about that. They got Jack Bauer to be Roslin. Oh, really? He also, like, he's in some stuff here, like some weird stuff. Like, he's also, like, a voice actor in... They got him for, the Armitage. Remember they did the Armitage movie? Keeper? As Roslin, I could kind of see that. Yeah. Lex Luthor. The Smallville Lex Luthor. I'm not familiar with Smallville. I mean, I know it was a Superman show, but I never watched that. Don't forget Fizzbang. What about Zipnab? Yeah, what about Zipnab? Don't forget about him. I don't know. Wait, what? Why did it play the song twice? No. Looking for... There, okay. This is good. Yeah, he was like the Gandalf, I guess. He wasn't really. No, it's more like the Yoda. It's like the Yoda of that story, kind of wacky, crazy, silly wizard, but he's like secretly super powerful. I think. It's been a while. I used to love those books. I remember I got into them because like I had the art book. Like, oh, this looks cool. I never played the Dragon like pen and paper version though. That's how it started. Da-da-da-da-da-da. Wake up. Gotta play Violent Storm, the Konami game, the Konami arcade game that this song comes from. I really want to do a bunch of arcade games at some point soon. Well, it's not going to be soon because there's many Souls games to get through. Well, there's not many anymore, but there's ones that are going to take a while, like Code Vein. And then if we get back to Nintendo at some point, and we have to do more subscriber requests, so many things we have to do. But that's okay. There's many video games that need to be played. Hi, Demo. How's it going? Hey, now that Demo's here, Asian Waste, you want to talk about Star Trek? Now's a good time. You like Tella? Oh yeah, I like Tella from Final Fantasy IV. Demo, oh no, Demo, I'm just kidding. We don't have to talk about Star Trek. Everyone should watch Discovery. No! Demo, how's it going? We were just talking about you and your quails earlier. I got a question for you, Demo. Do you get like a lot of quail eggs? You make like quail omelets? Yeah, quails. Late evening work. Pretty milestone. Busy week. Oh yeah, you got a busy week too? Only 2 eggs a day? That's still 2 more than we have. Are those good? Way too many? Oh, yeah. Well, we've got similar problems with like Jennifer's Garden. We're like getting so many vegetables now. It is kind of a struggle. We have so much zucchini that we're not using at the moment. Hopefully we'll figure that out soon. But yeah, a lot of vegetables. Yeah, I know. I wanted to get to that Star Trek discussion too. We we can wait a little longer. Them and chickens. Well, are those? How are those? What do you do with the quail eggs, Steve? Do you make omelets? What do you do? They're bartered to neighbors. You can. That's like old-fashioned what people did in the old days. They bartered with their chickens and eggs. Just eat them like eggs. Okay. Are they like better than eggs? Are they like richer? Yeah. Yeah, Demo. What do you think about that question? Tiny eggs in a basket. More of a TNG person. You actually like Voyager because they're evil. I mean, I don't dislike Voyager, but I just find it's a little bit harder to like go through than the others. Than the original series and TNG and Deep Space Nine. I really like all of those, but yeah, Voyager. I just feel like the cast is not as good in Voyager. That's the problem. But like it has its moments. We really want to like Jennifer like was really getting bored of Voyager. But we didn't get to... We were stuck in Season 3. We got through the first 3 seasons, and... I've been saying that we should just, like, skip to Season 4 to, like, the 7 and 9 stuff, because that's apparently when it, like, got better. But now Jennifer really wants to, like, go through and watch all the original TNG again. So now we're doing that instead. For Chakotay? B'Elanna is more your type. Yeah, B'Elanna's alright. She's okay. She's a little bit boring. I don't know what it is, guys. Chakotay, I actually like Chakotay more than I thought I would. I like his actor, but the character is just... Hey, it's McCarran Eyes! What's up? Hey, I heard you like art. I draw art. Draw C64? Sure, no problem. Here you go. Are you ready? There you go. I drew one. Drew 664. Hope you enjoyed it. What were you up to there, McCarran Ice? He aged pretty well. The idea of the Borg being helpless against the feral race. Oh, right. That's in Voyager, right? Yeah, well, like, from what I've heard, they don't really take the Borg in good directions, but we haven't got to that stuff yet. We're going through TNG again, which I don't mind at all, because every time I watch TNG, it just seems better and better to me. Love the TNG. And you rewatched it recently too, right, Asian Way? How do you feel about that? This darn near impossible to describe the characters without resorting to talking about their job. The characters, yeah, I mean, you kind of can, but it is. I mean, you're kind of right. Janeway, she's like the captain. What is Janeway's personality anyway? I guess she's like meant to be like wise and I don't know. Like Chakotay, he's an Indian. He's a Starfleet Indian, and he's like that's him. And he's like, you know, I guess they try to write him as like kind of meditative. Like that whole thing, that's like it's a problem when your character like is spawned from like one of the worst TNG episodes. And you know, Tuvok, he's like a Vulcan. But he's a full-blooded Vulcan unlike Spock, so that's how he's different. I mean, Tuvok is like, I don't know. He's kind of okay. Paris, like, they had a concept for him. He was, like, meant to be more of, like, the bad boy, right? Because he was, like, he was a criminal, and they, like, got him on the cast they got him to join the crew for some reason. I don't remember why. He was a criminal. But they end up, like, I don't know, I feel like they downplay that aspect of this character. Like, he sort of is a little bit more bad boyish, but he's not really, I don't know. It's downplayed. And then what's his name? I can't even remember his name. The ensign guy. I don't remember his name. What about Neelix? Neelix's personality is that he's annoying and he sucks. Well, I mean, like, when he first introduced Neelix, he looked like he was going to be some kind of trickster character, but then he turned into, like, just annoying comedic relief, and he has a really annoying relationship with the psychic girl. I forget her name. Yeah, Harry Kim, his personality is that he's bland. The Doctor does rule. I mean, the Doctor has a personality. You can actually kind of, like, he's haughty, he's, you know, he's full of himself, but he takes his job seriously, he's a stickler for rules. Janeway has I don't know, Janeway's a little bit bland too, honestly. They were trying to sort of do things with their character, but I don't know what it was exactly. Yeah, Bonk music, yeah. He's an ensign, but it's their job to be bland. Yeah. Nog was an ensign. Yeah, Nog was a cool character. It's true. I like Nog. Janeway liked coffee. That's true. Instead of like Earl Grey tea, she liked coffee. But it's really hard to... None of the characters quite... I mean, the only one is really the Doctor that like really works well as a character. Like, that's like the only real standout character, kind of. You know, TNG, you have like the two standouts are Picard and Data. They're kind of really the only two standouts. But particularly Picard is so amazingly good. He's like one of the best. He pretty much is the best actor and character in like the whole series. So, but the cast, the supporting cast, are not really the best actors, but they fill their roles well, and they're good characters mostly, I think. Oh yeah, okay, Nemo. You did like TOS and TNG too? Well, yeah, I mean, it's cool that Janeway was female, I guess. I mean, I'm not saying that she was bad. I don't mind her at all. I just think that she's a little bit bland, but I think that they sort of tried to do interesting things with her. I think they did try. They did try to give her a personality, and she was like into, what, like classic literature? She drank coffee. She seems serious. Was her personality just that she was serious? Like, I don't know. I think they could have maybe done more with her. But she wasn't bad. I did like her. I liked her character. But she just wasn't, you know, she didn't have the gravitas of Picard. She didn't have like the flamboyance or like the magnetism of like Kirk. Even what's his name? Cisco, you know? Like old-timey Irish holodeck advantage. Yeah, we did see some of those. Yeah, that was okay. She doesn't have the and then with Cisco. Like Cisco is definitely not. What's his name? Avery Brooks is not the best actor, but she doesn't have like the hamminess of Cisco, I guess. I like Cisco, even though the dude is not really that great of an actor. I actually think that he kind of fills a good niche in that show. For an amazing concept. Right. They really should have... They ended up not really taking advantage of that, and they really should have, and they could have, and the show would have been more interesting. Like, if that had affected the characterizations more, if the survival aspect could have affected the characters, it should have affected Janeway. Like, there should have been, like, a whole arc to her character based on that. I mean, maybe there was. I've only seen up to, like, half of Season 3. So apparently she gets, like, crazier in the, like, later seasons, or so I've heard. But they're not necessarily consistent about it. I don't know. But from what it seems like, the survival aspect is kind of barely there. And it seemed like, I appreciate that they just wanted to still do like Star Trek type of stories and episodic stuff, but they really should have leaned into that more, I think. They remember them as 100% evil. It's the Doctor's android, Janeway. I don't know if I've even seen that one. There's been good episodes, though. I don't mind Voyager. I probably will watch the rest of it at some point. It's definitely not bad. Like, compared to modern Star Trek, it's still like, it's a masterpiece. compared to like the modern stuff. But compared to like classic Star Trek, it feels a little bit blander. The cast, I just don't think is. The Replicator, it solved everything. Yeah. Oh yeah, but remember though in Voyager how they had this weird explanation? Like, they had to conserve power for survival reasons, for their replicators and stuff, but the holodeck worked on separate power for some reason, so they could just do whatever holodeck adventures they wanted. They could still do all the typical holodeck crap, because it was on separate power. That didn't make any sense. They go to the past of Earth and we serve. Oh yeah, we saw. Yeah, that was like a. I thought that episode was okay. It was like a decent attempt at like kind of to do like another Star Trek for the Voyage Home kind of thing. Like take Star. The problem with that episode is just the cast is just not as strong, so you don't get quite the same joy out of it that you get with Star Trek for the Voyage Home, and the writing is not as sharp. Like Sarah Silverman is, you know, she was good in it, but I mean that was I did like those episodes. Those are pretty good. Good fan fiction. It does. They were going to make Sarah Silverman a mainstay, decided against it. Well, I don't know if that would have been good or not. She doesn't really. I'm not sure how well she fit in. I don't think that would have worked. I feel like I probably tend to agree with Mr. Leo, but I don't know. She was alright in that episode. Sounds like a horrible idea. I feel like she didn't quite fit in with the tone of the show. Maybe because she was playing herself instead of like a character. Well, she wasn't playing herself, but she may as well have been. Yeah, right, exactly. Whoopi Goldberg was a regular. But with Whoopi's character, like, they gave her a character that really worked for her and worked for the show. Like, her character works really well in the show. But you can't really say the same, like, Sarah Silverman's character wouldn't have fit the universe well, the way that Whoopi's character. Like, if they had just brought Whoopi Goldberg on and she was just herself, like, from Earth, from 20th century Whoopi Goldberg, that would not have worked. Probably. A civilian. Like Keiko? Well, hopefully not like Keiko. Or have her hang out with Neelix. Yeah, have all the annoying characters hang out together. Good idea. We're talking about Star Trek again, sorry. We couldn't help ourselves. Asian Waste, you said you were rewatching all the Star Treks. How's that going? You got any standout episodes? Like, any episodes you're really liking? What do I hate about Keiko? I mean, I wouldn't say she's just. I think that character is just really bland and boring, and she's just an uninteresting character, in my opinion. Although I did really like that one episode where she like gets taken over by an alien presence and she becomes evil. I thought that the actress was pretty good in that. In that episode. It's kind of the actress too, but I think it just doesn't. It's a combination of like it's just that character and the actress. This doesn't really work for me that well. And it's kind of exacerbated on Deep Space Nine, where they try to make her more of a regular. Like in DNG, it doesn't matter as much. The marine biologist lady in Star Trek 4. Yeah, or the characters from the Neutral Zone in this first season of TNG. The characters from like 20th Century Earth. What happened to them? I want to know what all those characters went. Chain of Command. There are 4 lights. Oh yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. But you know what? The Chain of Command. Yeah, I agree. Like the second part of that is great. What about the first part though? When that crazy asshole like takes over as the captain, but like he's actually not really. He seems like a crazy asshole, but he actually like. He just kind of has like a different way of handling command, and like he like has like some legitimate points, you know, and like it's just really interesting to see like the conflict when like a new captain come on who's like doing things differently from the card. That episode's really good. Chain of Command. The first part, I mean, Captain Jellicoe. Oh yeah, dude, he's awesome. The guy from RoboCop. Yeah, he was. I mean, Jellicoe great because he was right. Confederation was wrong. Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, like, they made it so that it was more ambiguous, like, he had some good points. I mean, he also was kind of like a crazy asshole for no reason, to some extent, with how he dealt with things, but like, you could see where his character was coming from. It was just interesting. I thought that was really well written. Until Troy stopped wearing for pajamas on the bridge. Yeah, which... I mean, my feeling... I always liked when I liked when Troy wore the different outfits, though. Like, I'm not a big fan of Troy just, like, wearing the standard uniform. I mean, I actually really like, especially on rewatching the show, I really like her outfit from the first season. Her crazy, like, weird kind of... I don't know how you would describe it, but, like, it's almost like fortune tellery. Like, she looks like a fortune teller in the first season. I like that look, actually, for her. I think it's a really cool look for her. I almost wish they'd stayed fat, but I like their various crazy outfits. It is cool that, like, it's just cool to see, like, different people come on who... Because, like, so often in Star Trek, when there's, like, an Admiral character who comes on, it's because they want to, like, do an episode where there's a crazy, evil Admiral or something. But it's cool to see, like, other people in Starfleet who have, like, different opinions, who aren't... Who, you know, like, maybe have different ways of doing stuff. That's interesting. Right. Every Admiral's evil, corrupt, or incompetent. Right. Well, you know, because usually... And there were admirals who were, like, weren't evil or incompetent, but you don't really remember them because they didn't do anything. They're just there to, like, deliver some news or something. I mean, you know, you remember the episodes where, like... Remember the episode from the first season where there's a big conspiracy and all the people at the head of Starfleet are, like, taken over by bug monsters? That episode is awesome. But that's, like, a classic episode in that trope. But I think that episode is so un-Star Trek-like, but it's awesome. It rules. They, like, blow... Like, usually they would... Yeah, at the end of that episode, they blow up the dude's head, and they could have just stunned him, but for some reason, like, Picard and Riker is like, let's blow up his head with our phasers. But you could sort of understand, because they're crazy bug monsters, and they've taken over Starfleet, so I guess they were under some emotional stress. But still, it's not very Star Trek-like at all. It's much more like 80s action movie. Like dark 80s action movie. There's other examples too, I'm sure. This song, alright, I'm gonna skip this song. I might take that off the playlist. I still like that, but... Yeah. Star Trek. Any others that, any episodes that stand out as, really good, Asian Waste? Any, like, hidden gems, do you think, for the episodes? Like, ones that, aren't talked about as much? For me, and we've talked about it before, but, like, the one I always go to is Remember Me with, like, Beverly Crusher. By the way, I actually, as I've rewatched Star Trek, like, again, man, I think the Dr. Crusher, her character is really underrated. I actually kind of think she's really good. I like her character, and I like the actress who plays it. I think that she's like a little bit undersold for like how good she is in that show, in my opinion. I think Crusher's great. Like, and I honestly, I've heard people like kind of take her acting to task, like, oh, she's not that good of an actress. But in my opinion, she's great on the show. I think maybe, I don't know, like, what kind of range she has, or if she's the best actress in the world, but, like, as that character, I think she's really good. And I really like the character, too, and the way she's written. You love every Q episode, even the bad ones? Yeah, I do, too. It's hard to not like, John Delancey, that's his name, right? He was born to play that role. It's just the perfect role for him. It was the perfect, like, foil for... the Enterprise crew, because you have like this show where everyone's very military and serious most of the time. So whenever you like bring in a character that kind of that poked fun, it was very gratifying. Like, he was the perfect foil for them. But you know, they kind of did the same thing also with Lwaxana, Troy's mom too, which is sometimes fun when it wasn't too annoying. I like her. I like her character too more than some people do. But Q, yeah, Q is great. Even the Robin Hood episode is kind of fun. Hit on Crusher with that Scottish. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah. That episode is really wacky and silly. It doesn't really work. It doesn't really work. It's a 7-season episode, so they were just like throwing anything at the wall. But I mean, like, she's still really good in many episodes. Oh yeah, so yeah, I was gonna say that one of the secret favorite episode, the secret best episode to me is that Remember Me episode, where like the Enterprise crew is slowly disappearing. Only they're not disappearing. They're not just disappearing. They're disappearing, and then everybody else forgets they existed, and it just keeps getting more and more people. As more and more people disappear, it gets like more and more surreal because like pretty soon they're like only running the ship with like 5 people, and everyone is like, "Oh, this is what we've always done," you know? We've always just run the ship with 5 people, and it's such a cool sci-fi concept, like such a cool like sort of horror mystery suspense episode. And then like the direction it goes in the end is like very fun. She's got a lot of good episodes too, I think, Crusher. Like she's good and she's got good chemistry with the rest of it. Yeah, the one where Barclay becomes hyper intelligent, that one's good. And you got any other like unsung episodes, like hidden gem episodes? His memory on a medieval planet. That's another one. I think that might be 7th season also. Another late one. He like loses his memory and he like joins their religion and stuff, and he's like pointing out like inconsistencies in their religion, like this is not how science works. He doesn't remember who he is, but he like still knows about science, and he's like trying to help them like cure disease or something. That episode was good. Yeah, that was a good episode. It was one of the better season 7 episodes. Wesley. Yeah, not Wesley. I mean, Wesley I think is... I don't hate him as much as like some people. I think he's only really annoying in season 1, in my opinion. I think after that he kind of got toned down, and he was like removed from the show like after like season... Or kind of... He was taken off as a regular, like around... I don't remember, like season 3 or 4. And when he came back, like in season 7, like it's in one of the worst episodes, but he like in season 2 and 3, he gets less annoying. He's got some good episodes. I think he's not. I never really found him that annoying. Even in the worst season 1 episodes where he like single-handedly like saves the ship with his like boy genius stuff. When they play that up. I don't know. I think he's a I like little Will Wheaton. I think he's a charming kid. So it doesn't annoy me as much as some other people. He's not, in my opinion, he's not as bad as Alexander. He's not as annoying as Alexander. Because I think Will Wheaton had more charisma, and the kid who plays Alexander is just a bad actor. Right. Yeah, the Space Indians, which is just... It's only bizarre because I mean the idea of Space Indians or like Indians, like descendants of Indians from like 20th century, like that's fine, but like having them just act like it's one thing when they like go to these planets and it just happens to be like a mobster planet, like whatever, that's fine, you can kind of go along with it, but when it's actual descendants of Indians from the 20th century and they're still acting exactly the same, like nothing has changed, and they're like doing really ridiculous heavy-handed stuff like, no, we won't leave our planet, the planet is our land, you can't take us off our land. It's just, it's absurd. Absurd, right? Evil Data. Child prodigy, smart as an adult, doesn't do much for me. Well, I mean, they had that, like, just for kids. To give kids something to identify with. Brent Spiner, he's really good, yeah. Show. I like Data. Yeah, I went through a phase where I thought I didn't like Data. Well, it turned out I think I was just having my memory poisoned by the movies or something, because I think it's just movie Data that I don't like. See, the problem with Data is when he gets the emotion chip, he sucks. what makes Data good is like not having emotions. Data with emotion sucks. Also, that's also why one of the secret worst episodes is that two-parter where Data and Lore like they join the Borg. That episode is the worst. Where like Data gets tempted by the emotion chip and he gets emotions and he starts being like all like, you know, mopey and stuff. That episode's terrible. Any episode or movie with emotion chip Data sucks. I will say that. They find that one of Picard's answers the same thing they do people on Earth too. Talking about heavy-handed. I know that episode. I know, right, Mr. Leo? Exactly, Mr. Leo. That episode is one of the worst episodes in the series, and it has like mopey Wesley. The same episode has like mopey Wesley. He comes back to the Enterprise. He's like being a jerk because he's a teenager and he doesn't know what he wants to do with his life, and he's all like, whatever, you know? That's the worst episode. Well, I don't know what's worse. Actually, I probably even think, I don't know. Like, what's worse, like that? Or, I know that this episodes from the first season that people will put up there is the worst, but to me, aside from too short a season, the worst episodes are the Space Indian episode, Forces of Nature, where they do like a really heavy-handed like environmental message episode, and The Descent with emotion chip Data. Like, those are the worst episodes to me. It's more really just like the 7th season that I don't like so much. Oh, and then like episodes with Alexander can be not good too. Do you have to include the bad grammar in there, Skittles? Gee. Oh, where Worf finds the Romulan colony of pacified Klingons. Yes. Do you like that one? Or Birthright? Are you saying that's... You know, it's interesting. I actually didn't really like that episode that much, but you really like that, huh? Interesting. That's one of my... That's not a particular Worf episode I love. I actually think that the first season episode with Worf, where like the Klingons come on the ship, is like loyalty is tested, is like underrated. Picard doing Die Hard. Yeah, that's a very silly episode, but it is entertaining. What about the Picard episode in season 7? It's like a two-parter where he like goes undercover as like a... Was it a saboteur or a thief? I think it's like a... He's playing some kind of rogue? And he like goes undercover with like a band of like thieves. Remember that one? Like Picard... That's also season 7. That's a very silly episode, but it's entertaining. Oh yeah, the young boy who wants to be Data. Well, see, I like the premise of that episode, but yeah, I don't think the actor who playing the little kid kind of is not good. So that one is. There's some good stuff in that episode. I don't hate it, but most episodes involve child. Yeah, well, okay. So what about the episode where it's just like it revolves around child actors? There's like a child of. There's just like a child of a crewman. He's just like a random child on the Enterprise, and he has an imaginary friend. And the imaginary friend, it turned out, is an alien. I think the episode is called Imaginary Friend. How many of you remember that one? That's like an early. I think that might be season 2. That one might be very bad. That one is not good. Little working quote thing. Yes. What about that one? That's a bad one. The one where I mentioned this before, the one with where Geordi, like, I think there's like some random Starfleet lady, like it's just like a failed Geordi romance episode where he like helps some Starfleet lady solve a mystery or something. I think it's called like Aquiel. That one was bad. I can remember there's some bad episodes. I still like a lot of the episodes though. I've been watching. With Jennifer, she now wants to go through and watch all the Star Trek Next Generations again. So I've been rewatching the first season, and I'm surprised like how many of those episodes like I still like. There's some good episodes in the first season, like the Data episode. Like you remember the first Data and Lore episode where Lore first shows up? That episode actually is great. The first episode with Lore. You got to go back and watch some of the early season of Star Trek Next Generations. The soundtrack is totally different. Like it's more orchestrated. it's more like cinematic, and man, it's just the soundtrack in that episode is out of control. Like it's like this, it's crazy. Like it's like really different music than you expect from Star Trek. Like it's very intense, like this intense, like almost like industrial music in the Data episode. Like the moment where like Data like gets his like head, like he gets punched and kicked and like his head like is broken open, and it's playing like this horror music, and it's like it's out of control. Oh, the one where 4 people turn into kids. So yeah, that's an episode that should be terrible, but I actually don't mind it. Except that the stuff with... I think I liked... I thought some of the stuff with, like, Picard and... What was it, like, Keiko? Was, like, kind of interesting, but... Like, Guinan and Ro... Like, their plotline of, like, jumping on beds, I thought was dumb. I don't know, like, yeah, that... I didn't hate that episode as much as you... Like, you would... It sounds like an episode that should be terrible, but I thought it was... I thought it was watchable, I guess. The Moriarty episode with Rick and Morty before Rick and Morty. There's 2 Moriarty episodes. There's a later one, too. I like both of those Moriarty episodes. I like both of them. Skills right now is like Jay and Mike. Yep. Your plotline of... There's a quote for you. Do you like that one, Skittles? Their plotline of jumping on beds. Mr. Leo... You never... Why don't you put something in the quote bot? There you go. That's a good quote. Skittles was complaining earlier. There's not enough quotes, you know? I like that one. Put it in there. I'm making a request. It's a good quote. That's cool. Mr. Leo, I should work on that. That's a good quote, too. I'm sorry. I like to talk about Star Trek. What are some other good first season episodes? There's actually, like, the one where Wesley goes back to Starfleet Academy, and he, like, takes the Starfleet test. I like that. And then then Asshole comes on the Enterprise and was, like, interviewing everybody. That's a good episode. The Warp one, where he, like, screams with Klingons. That's good. That was entertaining. There's some good ones. I also like the Neutral Zone episode where, like, the 20th century people, like, just come onto the Enterprise and just start being assholes. And people are like, this is what 20th century people are like. And the one dude just won't stop talking about his bank and his stocks. Even though it's sort of a repeat concept, like quality of life. Yeah, that episode, that's, like, actually when, like, they tried to be serious. They did a serious episode with Lwaxana. And I think that one's pretty good. In the 7th season, they tried to do another serious episode with her, like the Dark Page. That episode sucks. But I like quality of life. Yeah. Is that the... Wait, or no. Maybe I'm thinking of... Is that the one with... Maybe I'm thinking of a different one. I was thinking of the one where Lwaxana... Oh. Okay, I was thinking of the one where Lwaxana, like, gets, like, a husband and he has to, like, die at, like, the age of 40 or something. And she wants to, like, change their culture. She's like, no, you shouldn't die. The Exocomms. Was that called Quality of Life? Okay, what was that one? Okay, I'm getting those mixed up. Okay, the Exocom episode. Where, like, the Exocomms are alive. Like, Data, like, gets on... He's, like, trying to defend... Yeah, that one... I think that was a late season one as well. It was alright. I guess it wasn't. Like that one, yeah, that did feel like a kind of a repeat, like a rehash to me. Yeah. They have another one in season 7 where like the ship becomes alive, and that also like that stuff in like the later seasons where they're like kind of do more Measure of Man stuff. I always felt like that didn't work that well. Like, they kind of took it too far. The ship is alive. These, like, stupid, like, basically tool things that, like, are just drills. They're alive. Everything's alive. I don't know. They took that a little bit too far, in my opinion. They did have in season 1, too. There was a season... That's really similar to a season 1 episode, Home Soil, where they find out that in some terraforming planet, like some soil is actually like alive, and they bring the soil onto the ship, and the soil starts like reproducing and like starts to try to take over the ship. Remember that one? I like that episode better than the Exocomp one. But I feel like it works better. It's like darker. More. I guess so in ways. It just didn't. I didn't love it though. I mean, I didn't mind it, but it just felt a little. I don't know. Warmed over, I guess. The lady was annoying. In the Exocom episode, I don't remember her. Riker's kept in a mental institution. Oh yeah, I like that episode. Yeah, that's a fun episode. Yeah, that's the kind of stuff I like. There's so many like different like. What about the one where Riker like he wakes up like 20 years in the future and like everything has changed? That's kind of a similar episode too. Both those are good. Those are fun episodes. Data recipient, yeah. Don't ever let Dr. Crusher direct. The play episode. Oh yeah, that was kind of fun. Oh, that is the one with Riker. That was the one with Riker. Yeah, yes. Yeah, that was the Riker one, yeah. Which is like, that reminded me of like, I don't know, one of those movies, like Shutter Island or something. The TNG take on it. That's pretty good. I thought that one was pretty good. There's a lot of like hidden gems in the TNG pantheon, I think. It's lots and lots. Oh. I love this song, by the way, from D4. Dark Dreams Don't Die. Lower Decks? Yeah, Lower Decks is good. That's a fun episode. That's also season 7, I think, or season 6 or 7. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. And the agent, what's her name? Rowe? Ensign Rowe. She's got some good episodes. Disaster, where like everybody like has to do different stuff, and Troy has to become the commander, and Worf has to deliver a baby. That's a good one. That's a fun episode. Let's see, ones that the Geordi episode where he gets like stranded on a planet with like was it a Romulan? I think it's a Romulan, and he has to like get along with him, and they have to work together, but they're suspicious of each other. It's kind of enemy mine-ish. That one was good. People don't talk about that one a lot, but I thought that was a very good episode. There's another really good one from season 2 that I don't think gets brought up enough a lot, but like the episode where they go to some alien planet. Well, there's Romulans, and they're trying to find some ancient weapon, and it turns out to be like the device that lets you travel through like this portal. Like it's got like this portal, and you can travel like anywhere in the portal. Like it just comes you can travel to anywhere like instantly. And I thought, yeah, that's like a cool like very Star Trek-y kind of episode. The Dancing Doctor. The Robin Hood episode. The Robin Hood episode is like, yeah. I mean that one is a little too ridiculous probably, but I guess it's kind of fun. About Pegasus? Crappy Pegasus. Oh yeah, that one. Yeah. There's like some ship that can like phase through matter, and the captain involved was some kind of conspiracy. That one was okay. Yeah, the new cloak technology. That one was okay. It's like a Riker episode. And Riker's got like a conflict with his old captain. I remember that one being not bad, but definitely felt similar to like other stuff they'd done before. Yeah, that was brought up briefly, but I like both of the Moriarty episodes. The first one was like a second season episode where like that's one with like Pulaski, and it starts out with like it's a fun concept. Like they get the holodeck. It's a classic holodeck goes wrong episode. They tell the holodeck to make an antagonist that can defeat even Data, and the holodeck interprets that as like basically making like Moriarty sentient, and he like takes over the ship. And it's like, and it's really makes you wonder what the safety protocols of the holodeck are, but it's still a fun episode. And then they bring Moriarty back like in season 6, I think, like Ship on a Bottle, and they have to trick him again, and then they end up the ending to that episode is maybe I don't know if I should spoil it, but the ending is very clever to that the second Moriarty episode, like how they eventually like deal with him. Like Moriarty finds out how to. Well, I don't even want to say like that's a very clever episode. It's good. Warp Cowboy episode. Oh yeah, Troy was like they made her like the gunslinger. Yeah, see, like that episode, I did enjoy that episode, but it's one like Fistful of Datas, right? But for some reason, I didn't enjoy it as much as I felt like I should have. So like I don't know, it's a little too slow or something. It was alright. The episode was okay. Yeah, I think it was Pulaski. Wasn't it Pulaski that did that? That said that? Right. Well, you'd think that would not... Right. I mean, that should not logically result in somebody that can take over the ship because of, like, basic safety protocols, but, you know, whatever. Whatever. Okay. Spoiling is okay. Well, I still won't say it. You know, you should watch it again. You should watch that one. But yeah, I suppose you're right. Yeah. It just it just goes on. Let's see. I'm gonna think of more good episodes. Let's see. What are some more good ones from the first? Because I've watched like all the first season now. Yeah, I like the first episode. Even though they have like a 15-minute just watching the saucer section separate. Let's see. Yeah, what the Bynarr episode from the first season is great with Minuet and the Bynarr taking over the ship, like the whole puzzle episode. Oh, the one where the kids get kidnapped by the planet, the magical planet where they like forget how to use their own technology. That's an episode that I think people think is dumb, but personally I liked it. I liked that on rewatch. Thought it worked pretty well. It was just it's fun, and you know, and like actually Wesley is actually pretty good in that episode. Like he's kind of likable. Face of the Enemy. Oh yeah, that's the episode where Troy puts on makeup and she becomes a Romulan. That episode is it's like one of the best Troy episodes. Yeah, that's true. The original Star Trek movie, the TOS movie, is like that too. Cast off her matronly nature. Well, I like Troy the best, I think, earlier on when... Because it seemed like the idea of her character earlier on was more to be like the ship's advisor than to just be like a... And then as the series goes on, she sort of just falls into the role of just being like a therapist, which I think her character is cooler when she... Because, I mean, like, you have to keep in mind that Troy, she sits next to the captain. The original conception of her character is she is sitting next to the captain along with like Riker. She's like the third most. She's meant to be the ship's like the advisor, based on her like her psychic powers. And then later in the series, well, I think they really downplayed that aspect because obviously they ran into so many episodes where like her powers were very inconvenient to the plot. So they had to either tone her powers down or just forget she was there, or just like, you know. But when she's functioning in that role where she's like being the ship advisor, she's actually like, I really like her character. It's kind of a shame that she sort of reversed to being like just a therapist, and like not even a good therapist. Because people like in TV shows, I would say it at that time, but it's probably just as true now. People like in TV shows don't know how to write good therapists. Are living by themselves on the planet. Oh yes, he drove Troy crazy with music in her head. Right, that was a good episode. Well, that's a good episode, but that episode did bother me a little bit because it's one of those episodes where, yeah, there's a mystery and they're trying to solve a mystery, but in that particular case, it's just like a couple, an old couple who wants to be left alone, and the Enterprise crew just does not leave them alone. They just like keep like being like, well, why are you living here? What is your problem? Why are you guys living here alone? What's going on? Where did everybody go? And they just will not let it go. And usually there's like a good reason for it, but in that episode, I just felt like it was... I felt like it was kind of weird. But it is a good... It does have a very memorable, like, final scene. And it is a good episode. It's just that aspect of it bothered me. Yes, Skittle, do you like Star Trek? Let me decorate your castle for you. I'll be your queer eye. God, dude, it's so hot in this house right now. The air conditioner's not kicking on. It sucks. Oh, man, I gotta remember to turn it on earlier in the day. Sometimes it takes a while, but it's been hours in this. I'm thinking about more episodes. I mean, there's like I love the one where Riker like from the second season where Riker changes places with the Klingons. He joins the Klingon ship. That episode is awesome. Like it kicks ass. But that's one that I think a lot of people like know and like. So it's not exactly hidden gem. Just not how you guys. You don't like Lady. I've seen all of TOS and maybe 15 random TNG. I want to go back and rewatch TOS. I'm still like... I sort of got sidetracked out of that, but I'm trying to get back into it now. Yeah, I still love TOS. It's really cool. I think at this point, TNG has sort of eclipsed it for me, but who knows? Maybe it'll shift around. Oh, dude, was I just drawing this whole thing, like, off? I think I did. Or did this camera move? Oh, if I was, sorry about that. I was too engrossed in Star Trek talk. I don't know, I mean, yeah, it's funny. I never thought I was a big fan of Star Trek either. Like, I thought I was more of a casual fan, but lately I seem to have become like a bigger... Like, rewatching all this stuff has, like, made me more of a fan. Worf says Data's painting is making him busy? I think that's a late... Isn't that the one where, like... I think that's one of the late ones where, like, Data has got to, like, go on a quest to, like, find the message in his head or something? Or, yeah. Oh, that Parallels? Oh, is that the one where Worf travels to different dimensions? You should go back to TNG. In my opinion, TNG just holds up. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's a thing, too, where it's like, you just don't have that kind of show anymore, so it's just, it makes it seem even more valuable now, but it just, man, it really holds up super well to me. I just love TNG. Parallels is fun. Is that the one where there's, like, a crazy Riker from, like, the Borg, the dimension where, like, the Borg have taken everything over? Right? Is that one? That episode is awesome. All the time episodes are good. There's the second season time episode where, like, Picard has to, like, there's 2 Picards or something, because Picard is out of time. He's got to send himself, like, on a ship to blow up or something. I think it's called Time Squared. That one's pretty good. And, of course, the one where the Enterprise keeps blowing up, but everybody knows that episode. Ultra Beard Riker, yes. That's a good episode. Well, no, I'm not. I'm talking about Times Squared from like season 2. But yeah, I guess the same thing happens in the last episode. Oh, that happens in the last episode? With the crazy Beard Riker? Does it? Alright, Skittles, that's cool. Well, if you get into it, I'd love to hear your opinions. Yeah, so I love TNG, I love Star Trek, I love classic Star Trek. TNG, TOS, Deep Space Nine, and sort of Voyager to a certain extent. I don't know about Enterprise. I tried to watch Enterprise when it was on TV, and I just couldn't get into it. I gave it like, I think 4 or 5 episodes, just didn't like it. And I've really never tried to go back and rewatch it. I wonder what I would think of it now. I think I should try again at some point, but I don't know about that one. With Picard travels through time and sends several impressive to grow up. Yeah, that's the last episode. TOS. Well, we could talk about TOS, but I still need to. Like, I still need to. Like, I haven't seen that many episodes. I haven't rewatched many episodes. But let's see. Of the episodes I have watched, the ones I like the most, the one where it's like a submarine episode where they're like fighting the Romulans. I think it's called the Balance of Terror. That episode is awesome. I really like classic Star Trek. I like Kirk and Spock, and the whole like classic crew is great, especially Kirk and Spock. And Bones is great too. Let's see. Oh, the one where Spock is going crazy, and is it Spock or is it Kirk? No, yeah, Spock is going crazy. He's got to he hijacks the Enterprise, and he has to run off, and Kirk has got to follow him and figure out what's going on. That episode was really good. The one where Spock gets like stranded in with a couple other crew members on like a planet, and Spock has to assume the role of leader. Like, I thought that was pretty interesting, like the way that they did that. I really like the thing that's cool about original Star Trek is just like the concept of the Vulcans is like so interesting and like pure. Like, they almost kind of like steered away from the Vulcans in like all the later series. Like, Deep Space Nine almost kind of parodies the Vulcans in a weird way. But like, I love the concept of the Vulcans and their whole thing in the original series. And Spock is such a great character. He's such a weird like alien character, but he's so likable. Yeah, in Deep Space Nine, that episode where they go back in time, and it's like a Back to the Future 2 kind of thing, where they're like running around with like footage of, they're like in the same place as like the Tribble episode. That was a really fun episode, and you can tell they put like a lot of money into it too. The episode was great. Flip is older than I am. I'm old. You guys, I know I'm really immature, like baby man, and I'm an idiot and I'm a weirdo, but I'm old. I know it's easy to forget because like I'm crazy, but I'm an old man. Oh, I should have a beard. I'm older than all of you guys. Yeah, I'm old, but yet I got so much youthful exuberance. And isn't that what really matters? It's because I play lots of video games. It keeps me young. Alright, and watch Star Trek. Fun fact about that episode, which one? Do any of you like watched original series episodes besides Skittles? Skittles, are these episodes ringing any bells? I was trying to I watched, let's see, I also watched the Trelawney episode. Do you remember Trelawney? He was like the original Q on TOS. But he was pretty different from Q. Difference there. A distinct difference. Read a pizzeria talking about how Tribble episodes be possible in Deep Space Nine. That's funny. See, that episode is weird because they completely just forget about all their subplots and stuff. With like that episode takes place in the middle of like the Dominion War. Yeah, but you know, it's like they would still do that. That was the cool thing about Deep Space Nine is they had their like ongoing plot, but they would still do like episodic episodes. So they could still do fun episodes, like or just interesting concept episodes sometimes. I like that about Deep Space Nine. I like the episode of Deep Space Nine where there's a disease that makes people forget how to talk. Like they can't. It makes them forget the concept of language, so they only talk in like nonsense words. Like that's an interesting episode of Deep Space Nine. It has nothing to do with like the mini wars or anything. Harry Mudd he had a couple episodes. He had Sexy Fembot. Yep. Yeah, he had Sexy Fembots, so his episodes are fun. He was kind of like a silly character. Like he is sort of like antagonist kind of character. He's like a trickster. One of like the classic trickster kind of characters. He was always trying to like do some kind of scheme on the Enterprise, trying to pull one over on them. And they kind of like explored like, you know, like beauty is only skin deep kind of themes. With Charlie Brill. Yeah, Charlie. Wait, oh, Charlie, the guy played in the original Tribble episode, walked right in the same pizzeria. Oh, really? Let's see. That's okay. Demo, are you enjoying the boobs? And I don't know if you're like into Code Vein, but if it'd be a game you'd want to play, or if you like looking at it. But it's got a lot of boobs. Do you like that at least? It's like Dark Souls with boobs. Although Dark Souls does have boobs too, but not as much. Doesn't appeal to you at all. Okay. Not even the boobs? Except the boobs, okay. Well, yeah, that's boobs. I'm just gotta, they're very prominent. They're very prominent. I figured you would like them. Well, it appeals to me, but we all can't like the same things. I mean, some people don't like Star Trek. Can you imagine that? You guys are talking about from TOS, the dude who had the Castle Built Illusions. Yeah, he was sort of fancy. Yeah, he was. Well, so spoilers. The spoilers don't matter, right? We decided that we don't care about spoilers. So he turns out to. He's like kind of like a child version. He's like the equivalent of like a child Q, like a Q who like he's just like he's only pretending to be like this like fancy like dignified like well-educated like space philanthropist, but he's actually just like a Q child, and he's like a child with godlike powers. He's all like. That's pretty interesting. He's no Q, but pretty good episode, I thought. I like most of the TOS episodes. The Romulans are like pretty good in TOS too. Good antagonists. Yes, the child. I did see that one too. The child. Oh yeah, the Corbinite maneuver. Oh, that episode is awesome. Where like they are fighting against some kind of weird aliens, and they're completely outmatched. So like Kirk has to like basically bluff. So he bluffs. Yeah, I forget what he does exactly, but he like somehow gets the aliens to believe that his ship has like an ultimate warhead type like nuclear option where he can like blow blow both of them up. And with Corbinite or whatever. And it's a really good, fun, like interesting episode, and then at the end he meets, I forget why does he meet baby Clint Howard again? Is that the Corbinite maneuver? Maybe I'm getting two episodes mixed up there. Is it? Now I'm not sure. But dude, that Clint Howard, yeah. Dude, Clint Howard, like he's so perfect as like a weird alien, isn't he? Makes the perfect weird alien. Well, we finished our pages for today. I got 2 pages done. That's good. Good work. So we review pages. This page. There's C64. I adore my Commodore 64. Doo-doo. Here's page number 1. Oh, actually, this is page number 2. This is page number 1. Whoa, it's a bet. It's a drawing. It's a depiction of a bet. The bed. Whoa! Cool. Alright. Finished 2 pages. Good. It's almost midnight. Should we wrap it up early? Another song to play. I have fun talking about Star Trek as usual. Capitalism to win. I really like that kind of episode. Those are fun. Kirk is like so great at like that kind of role. I mean, Shatner was so good. Any favorite Deep Space Nine moments? Yeah, I'd probably have a bunch. Well, anything involving Wei Yun. In particular, the first episode where Wei Yun shows up, he's like manipulating everything and everybody, is really great. Let's see. The episode where, I mean, it's like a very like emotional episode, where the one where Jake grows old is extremely good. It's got to be like one of, if not like the best Deep Space Nine episodes. But I think most people put that in their list of best episodes, so that's not like a hidden gem or anything. Yeah, Deep Space Nine moments. I love like anything also with what's his name? The Klingon captain. Now I forget his name, which is sad because I love that character. Martok. Captain Martok. Yeah, he's awesome. His whole like relationship with Worf is really good. Let's see. I mentioned like the episode where they all forget how to talk. I thought that episode was really interesting. The one where all the Ferengi go to like rescue another Ferengi from like Iggy Pop is kind of a secretly really fun and good episode. Like that's one of the Ferengi episodes that are actually like super entertaining. The Ferengi episodes get very silly and like kind of bad, especially the ones with Quark's mom. But there's some good ones, I think. The redemption of Worf. Yeah. Well, especially like to do with like how like he like joins Martok's house and his whole relationship with Martok. And mainly just because like Martok is such a good character, and like his relationship with Worf just ends up being really good. A lot of the Odo stuff is really great. A lot of the Odo stuff. It's hard to like let me remember specific things. I don't know why it's. Come on, song request is going crazy. Wei Yun episode. I'm trying to think. What are some of the really good Odo? There's a lot of good Odo episodes. The one where it goes into like Kira's past, I think was good. That's a good Odo episode too. He's your spirit animal. Odo's probably of the main DS9 cast. Like the best character, Deep Space Nine is weird because like all the best characters are side characters, and the main cast is good, but they're like a little bit lightweight. Like Sisko, I like Sisko, but he doesn't have the acting chops or gravitas of Picard. Right? He's way more hammy style of acting, but it kind of works. But he's not the best actor. I like Sisko. Kira's okay. You know, Jadzia's okay. I kind of like Jadzia better. Like, the original concept of that character was that she was going to be, like, really, like, wise and, like, almost Spock-like, but then they changed her into, like, a party girl, like, midway, like, after, like, season 1, which is okay. The character's okay. I like Bashir, like, actually, yeah, Bashir's like a good character. Like, he's likable. Oh, O'Brien, of course. Actually, O'Brien's probably one of the better characters. But Odo is the best. Quark is good too. Like, Quark had a lot of potential to be awesome, but he ended up comic relieving him too much. They kind of did the same thing that they did with Neelix. Except that Quark, the person who plays Quark, I forget his name, like Armin something, is such a good actor, and he's so good as that character, that you still can't help but like Quark. He never gets as annoying as Neelix did, even though they do some really dumb comic relief stuff with Quark. But Quark has still got some good episodes. Like, he's actually a pretty good character. The actor who plays him is really great. And Odo is the best character for sure. But O'Brien is actually really... O'Brien is like solid. And Bashir is solid. A lot of the actors are kind of solid. Barely recognize him in Far Beyond the Stars. Oh, which one was that again? On your Odo Scott. Oh yeah, the Odo Scott. The baseball one is fun, but everybody always brings up that one. I mean, there's a lot of like ones in like the war that are good. I like the whole Dominion War subplot. The founder lady, surprised you don't like Avery Brooks. Oh no, I do like Avery Brooks. Actually, I do like him. I like Sisko. I don't think he's. You have to appreciate the nuance of my opinion there. I like him. I don't think he's a good actor, but I think he's good as the character. Like, he's hammy. His acting style is really hammy. I don't think he's really good at nuance. I think that he has a rocky start. Like, there's some episodes in the first couple of seasons where he's actually kind of bad, especially when, like, do you remember there's one episode in season 1 where they try to do like a romantic episode with him, where like some alien lady comes on the ship and he has like a romantic episode with her. I thought he was really bad in that episode. There's some episodes where he's actually kind of bad at. He's kind of bad in his acting. But I think that there's a couple things. It's like he kind of has like a Riker thing where like once he gets the beard, it's weird. It's like the beard kind of coincides with him finally getting like a grip on the character. Like later season Sisko is actually really good. Like if he gets more comfortable with the character and like and I also think that like the whole war subplot plays to his strengths. Like kind of just brooding. Like Avery Brooks he's really good at just like sitting around like brooding and like throwing his baseball around at the wall and brooding and like giving like kind of hammy speeches like, "You will not do this. No, we will not cooperate." You know, like these kind of hammy like speeches or like looking conflicted. How could you hate him chewing out Worf? I don't. Like that kind of thing too. Like it plays to his strengths. Like when he has to like kind of do more like nuanced kind of stuff, I think he's not as good. And he's a very hammy actor. I think it's kind of like in a way he's kind of like Troy. Like he's kind of like Marina Citrus with Troy to me, because she's clearly like not a very good actress, but to me I think she's really good. I like her. I think she's well cast in the part of Troy, and I like Troy and I like her accent. And they just like her on the show. Like, Sisko's kind of he's similar. Like, I think I get the sense that he's not, Marina Citrus. I'm probably pronouncing it. Through a lot of range as Far Beyond the Stars. Which episode is that the one where it's like it's like he's in the 50s and he's like a writer? Yeah, that's an interesting episode. I think I don't know. See, that episode to me is one of the ones where he like goes. I think his acting gets a little bit overwrought in that episode, to be honest. Like those episodes where he's like trying to do like an Oscar performance, where he's like really trying to ham it up. Those really like when he's trying to, that doesn't work for me as well because it's too it's too grounded and realistic. I think I like Avery Brooks better when he's just like in a more kind of like he's in a space war, like a fantasy war. He's like brooding. He's yelling at Dukat. Like that he's better at that. I think he has things that he's good at. I don't think he has a lot of range. So I do like him. Now just don't get me wrong. I think he's good as Sisko. I like the character, although I think that the character of Sisko completely goes off the rails in the last season. I've seen that documentary Saturday, The Captains. I hear about that all the time, but I haven't actually sat down and watched that. Avery Brooks out crazy Shatner. I've heard that too. I've heard people say that. He can only perform in extreme situations. Not extreme situations, but I just think he's a hammy actor, so he does, and he's like good. He's better he's better at doing certain things. Like he's better in in episodes where he can where his hamminess like plays to the character better. Talking in Flip's hands. Hey, Agent Weiss. Well, sometimes, I mean, yeah. My hands are the star of this episode. I'm done drawing, but like we're just still talking about Star Trek. I have to wrap the stream up soon. Yeah, I mean, I do really like Deep Space Nine. I've got criticisms of Deep Space Nine. Like I think the last season goes off the rails, and I don't like a lot of those episodes. But there's so many good episodes of Deep Space Nine, and overall the Dominion War is like really good. There's a lot of good characters. The side characters are extremely good. They're some of the best. Like they're up there. They rank as some like the best characters in Star Trek. Like Wei Yun, Martok. Don't forget Garak. Although I think Garak almost could qualify as like a main cast member, like with how often they bring him in. But in which case he's like right there with Odo. Although, personally, I would probably take Odo over Garak. A lot of people love Garak. I love Garak too, but I just think Odo I just think is a little bit more interesting than Garak overall. They're both really great characters. Oh yeah! That Vince Fontaine guy was cool. I liked that he's kind of an unsung character. Oh, for episodes that don't get talked about a lot, the one where Nog like barricades himself into the holodeck and just wants to live with Vince Fontaine. Do you guys remember that one? Does anyone remember that one? That one's actually really good too. That's a really good episode. Really good Nog episode. I don't know if you remember that. A lot of the Vince Fontaine episodes are very interesting. Like he's a cool character. I like that they sort of like dance around the idea of him having sentience, but they don't play that up for drama too much. He's just kind of like a buddy to everybody, which is awesome. I like the way they handle his character. Because he lost exactly, Mr. Leo, like in the war or whatever. Dukat is among the Dukat. I think that he has moments where he's like a really great villain. Overall, his character kind of gets ruined in the last season. So I think that his character goes off the rails, and it kind of it knocks him off his pedestal as like a top villain. But in episodes where, like in the earlier seasons, Dukat is extremely good character and extremely well written. They really don't know what to do with his character. So his character gets the motivations for his character is all over the place. It gets weirder and weirder, like as the seasons go on. And like by the last season, it's just completely, there's all sense of his character is lost. And he's just like an insane raving lunatic, basically. Yeah, Nog was surprisingly a good character. And like Jake was like handled like surprisingly well too. Like Jake has got some cool stuff. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. Deep Space Nine is really good. I just don't like I don't like the last season that much because of the whole subplot with the prophets, all of that. I feel like that ends up not paying off very well and just gets too ridiculous for my taste. I feel like Sisko's character arc kind of goes off the rail. Him and Dukat, they both kind of have because they wanted to turn him into like more of a, I don't even know. I don't know why they wanted to like make Sisko into like some kind of like Jesus good guy figure and Dukat like this crazed space villain. But they just turned it into like this generic good evil thing and it just gets really dumb. But the Dominion War is still like wrapped up pretty well. And I think they could have, like, there's some good payoffs, like Kira's character. Odo's arc, his whole arc is great. His whole arc is pays off really well. Yeah. No, he's a very like the concept of Ducat's character is really great, and like yeah, when he's in that role and his character is like being taken more seriously, he's like a really well written villain. Yeah, he's great. He's a really great villain in those episodes, in those seasons, before his character just like starts just like he like goes from like kind of like a very interesting like multi-dimensional villain to like now he's like a good guy, now he's like a rogue, he's on nobody's side, now he's on his own side, now he's a villain again, now he's joined forces with the good guys. Oh, now he's like just an insane space villain, and he's like making his own religion, and it's out of control. The actor who plays him is really good though. I just think they completely screwed his character up in the last season. I mean, up until the last season, they were going through some kind of like there was some character whiplash, but you still like the character still kind of made sense up until the last season, but then it didn't. Yeah. Is my so I don't know, maybe we disagree a little bit on that. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, they use that as like a catalyst for but that like it yeah. I don't even know. I gotta get going though. I think I gotta get going now. The art stream has like stopped arting for a while. Fun Deep Space Nine talk. I do like Deep Space Nine a lot. I have some like complaints, but I really like it's a really good show. Everybody should watch it. TNG is still my favorite, but Deep Space Nine is such a good compliment to TNG. It's such a good compliment. Like it's different, but it still has the same spirit. You know, it feels like it's by the same writers. It's darker, but it still feels like Star Trek. It's more episodic, but it's more they do more like of like a overall arcs. They introduce more arcs, but they still do episodic stuff. It's such a good compliment. Like it's a really good show. So, all you guys watch Deep Space Nine and watch TNG and watch the original series. The other stuff is optional, but watch those three for sure. All right, all right. There you go. There's a quote, Skittles. All right, I'm gonna get going. Thanks for watching. Oh, we should probably raid somebody. Remember when we used to do raids? That was pretty fun. Should do that. Raids are cool. Who can we raid right now? Oh, dude, Brigand. I was wondering why. You know why Brigand's not here? Because he's streaming Blaster Master 03. I haven't even played Blaster Master 02 yet, so we should probably raid him. I think we probably should do that. Let us do that. Let's raid good old Brigand. Look, it's my keyboard. I will be. So, like I said, it's gonna be a real busy week for me. We got the garage sale tomorrow and Saturday. We're going to Ren Fair on Sunday. We got a convention that's going to take up most of next week. So I don't know how many more streams there'll be in the immediate future. There might not be that many. But hopefully I'll see you again soon, at least a couple more times. Not working. Keyboard. Yeah, Raid Shadow Legends. Hold on, let me just get my keyboard to work. Okay, it's working. I gotta get one of those dongles one of these days for this keyboard. I just think it's too far from the little thing or whatever. Octagon. Yeah, I'm getting into Octagon Skittles. It's crazy. So hopefully I'll see you guys soon, but we're gonna still be working on Code Vein, and we're gonna finish that. We're gonna try to finish Souls likes. We still got some more Souls like stuff to get through. I want to get through it, but we'll get back to subscriber requests, Sonic 06, and more Fliptendo relatively soon. So thanks for watching, everyone. I'll see you later. Bye. Bye, Colic. Bye. Bye, everyone. Bye, Demo. Bye, Skittles. Bye, Asian. Bye, 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 bye.